Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Bob Sales this time's next year. So I've just noticed there's not one person doing the drop, so I thought I'd actually come and fill in, I must say. So let me see if I can get all this up and working. It looks like I'm running. I'm not 100% sure. So we'll go with I'm running, shall we? And I'll try and tweet this stream out 1 second if I can. Is there anyone there? I think we are live. Yeah, we are live. So, but yeah, I did a great video on the Haunted Mansion yesterday. So I didn't really want to sit here and not do a drop video for this one. I'm waiting the list now. You have got like, what is it? You got 7 minutes to join the wait list. So if you're not in there, join now. 1 second, let me tweet this stream out. Let me just tweet this out. Let me just check. Yeah, we are live, yeah. So I'm just going to tweet this out. Let me just Haunted Mansion this. I am trying to get that done now. Right, that should be out now. Hopefully that works. I think I am live. Yes, I am live. So that's a good thing. So we have no traffic in here right now, I don't think. But I'm looking forward to this drop. So hopefully, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear the sound. But I am actually going to switch that around. I'm going to share that screen there. I'm going to try that 1 second.
Hello everybody.
Hopefully you can hear that. I can hear it, but I'm not
Sales
sure if you can.
And that then drops to the veve app Friday the 22nd of September, 8 AM PT, which of course is 4 PM UK.
And for some reason.
But before we get into the drop details, let's get into the story. Let's get.
Try playing Aladdin on me. I don't want Aladdin.
Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Bob Sales.
Right, we'll try again, shall we?
Whenever candlelights flicker,
I think I'm still
where the air is deathly
I don't think there's
still,
anyone here yet.
that is the time when ghosts are present, practicing their terror with ghoulish delight. Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
So in today's episode, we're going to be talking all things Haunted Mansion. Located in the heart of New Orleans Square, which is not actually a square, by the way, the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland has been thrilling mortals from all over the world since 1969. The inside of the ride itself features a slow-moving dune buggy ride system, a number of special effects and some secret surprises that make it a truly unique experience. In fact, every year, fans look forward to the Haunted Mansion as a holiday mansion. A layover that allows a nightmare before Christmas to take over the Disneyland ride. Then, of course, every winter, classic Haunted Mansion lovers look forward to the return of its iconic and beloved ride. It's like getting two rides in one spot. The Haunted Mansion is actually an original ride and did not come from a movie. It was actually in Walt's plans before he'd even created his first park. But there have been several movies and specials that were inspired by the ride itself. The most recent film to come out is in 2023 and it's based on the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. It stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito, and Jared Leto. Now, this film is already out, but it will be released on Disney Plus the 4th of October in the UK. There was also The Muppets Haunted Mansion in 2021, a comedy special, and there was also the Haunted Mansion movie starring Eddie Murphy in 2003. The idea of the haunted attraction at Disneyland was first thought of in the 1950s. When Walt was first making the plans for Disneyland, he actually had an old house on the hill that was to sit off Main Street. He then discussed the idea of the ghost house with Imagineer Ken Anderson and artist Harper Grove. Ken Anderson is actually credited with a lot of work on the house, and Harper Grove actually made the first concept art. Instead of the ride we all know as today, the attraction was actually planned to be a walk-through, walk-in ride. The walkthrough would actually consist of maids and butlers acting as guides and leading guests to the experience. This would be while revealing the story behind the mansion involving a sea captain and his bride. It was later decided to be made a ride. Now, there was a lot of people that worked on the Haunted Mansion, as you can imagine. The two of the Haunted Mansion's main designers, Mark Davis and Claude Coates. Both of these artists should be fun or scary. And I should also mention both have done previous work on Disney animated films. So the first half of the ride became the more scary, waiting sort of part, and the second was the fun and dancing, singing graveyard. It was actually architect and animator Xavier and Ticio that combined each of their ideas to make it work well for the visitors. Also, with a ride like this, it has to have its own score. So Buddy Barker composed the music for the theme song, Grim Grinning Ghost. Ticio wrote the lyrics, and Xavier, who was one of the best Mickey Mouse animators, by the way, actually made a song for Pirates of the Caribbean and went on to do the Haunted Mansion and then went on to do loads more after that. So as I mentioned before, the first sketch of the Haunted Mansion showed it as an old rundown house, matching a New Orleans theme at the Disneyland area. The problem was Walt wanted the actual outside of the building to still look maintained to match the rest of the park. So Anderson went on to use inspiration from a Victorian house in Baltimore. I think the exact term Walt used is, "We'll take care of the outside, the ghosts can take care of the inside." After construction of the Haunted Mansion's exterior finished in 1963, the attraction actually sat unused while the 1964-1965 New York World's Fair actually took place. And it also sat there while Pirates of the Caribbean was being built. Sadly, Walt did actually die before the making and completion of the house. After Walt's death in 1966, Imagineers went back to deciding what to do with the Haunted Mansion, the empty shell. Some of the Imagineers on the project included Rolly Crump and Yale Gracie. They was actually both found at the World's Fair at Disney Parks. Now, Rolly Crump, I would say, was more famous for making the scary, putting the scary into the mansion. Gracie was responsible for creating a large amount of the mansion's special effects, including giving a see-through effect. I must say, this video is really good. The official opening of Disney's Haunted Mansion finally happened on August 9th, 1969. That was 20 years before I was born. People absolutely loved the Haunted Mansion, and soon enough, plans for a Haunted Mansion at Disney World were in the works for a second. In fact, they actually preempted this. So on the first mansion, they actually built two of everything to know this mansion wouldn't sit empty after being built. Now, when guests enter the mansion, they actually travel to a chamber that has no windows and no doors. The room has portraits of some of the mansion's inhabitants in their mortal states. But as the ceiling stretches up, the portraits reveal the cause of death for most of the ghosts. In one case, actually showing the bride in the attic, the death of her husband, showing what's to come. You may also be surprised to know that the actual Haunted Mansion at Disneyland doesn't actually have much inside it at all. In fact, the ride building you're actually in is outside of the park on the other side of Disneyland Railroad tracks. So it's not in the house you're actually excited to be in. The popular stretching room is actually a giant elevator that takes guests down to a lower floor. People exit the elevator and walk down to a portrait-lined hallway to the actual ride vehicles called the Doom Buggy. So the ghost host and the sound effects actually muffle the sound of the elevator and distract you from the sensation that you're actually going down. Did you know you're actually walking under the train tracks to get to the ride building? So I think you'll agree that the stretching room is actually really useful. It actually serves as a cue distraction while building up anxiety in the ride guests. In fact, this is also the reason that Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean actually has two hills, and the Indiana Jones adventure has long tunnels and caves leading to the boarding area. They take you under the train tracks to the actual ride buildings. Again, this is outside the park boundaries. You will then go to the seance room and then onto the Killer Bride's attic, and then finally end up at the graveyard scene. So let's talk a little bit about key ghosts. So we'll start with Madame Leota.
Rap on a table. It's time to respond. Send us a message from somewhere beyond.
Her face actually appears in a crystal ball and summons evil spirits. Now, the face is actually likeness of Leota Toombs. She also was a Disney Imagineer. Her voice is actually Eleanor Algley. She was actually an actress behind some of the Disney villain voices. Of course, we can't make this video without mentioning the Hatbox Ghost. So this actually appeared in the original Haunted Mansion, but he actually disappeared when his special effect didn't actually work. And this was only after 2 weeks of use. The effect was that his head would remove, but then would show inside the box, and then it would switch vice versa. Only thing is, when he was tested, it was in different lighting conditions to that of the mansion, which seems seems a bit silly to me. He actually did make a reappearance in 2015. This was with his head disappearing off his neck and reappearing in the hat box, like it's supposed to. Now, I think the best scene in there has got to be the ghost who materialised in the ballroom. This is actually done with a simple bit of magic called Pepper's Ghost. As you pass by the ballroom, there's actually another ballroom built behind your doom buggy with ghost mannequins. The mannequins in the ballroom actually reflect on the angled piece of glass to make them look transparent and also moving like ghosts on the other side of the room. I think you'll agree that's an easy trick, but a very neat one. One of the other tricks they use is actually the portraits on the wall. You'll also see two busts who seem to be staring straight at you. Their faces are actually inverses, setting them up against the black light. Background makes it appear as the busts are facing forwards. Because they're inverse, no matter where you move, the illusion is that the bust appears to follow you and stare at you wherever you move. These was actually put in the house after Walt walked past them in one of the art rooms and felt they were following him. This was one of Rowley's creations. Now, I think last but not least, we have to mention the Killer Bride. Constance Hatchaway is the bride. Now, there's definitely multiple versions of the story behind the bride. Far from a blushing bride, adorned with pearls for one string for each of her marriages, leaving behind Constance a widow time and time again. The zombie bride also meets you in the attic, surrounded by memories of her past 5 marriages, and reciting her haunting vows with an axe that appears to be in her hand. Once again, she's actually featured in the portraits with her dearly departed grooms, all with missing heads. She became engaged to a young farming heir named Ambrose Harper. Not long into their marriage, the teenage Constance murdered Ambrose with a hatchet via decapitation. Being Harper's wife, she inherited much of his estate while also keeping his severed head in a hat box as a souvenir. There is also the 3 hitchhiking ghosts, Ezra Bean, Professor Phineas Plump, and Gus. They are always looking for a way out the mansion. Ezra is the tallest of the hitchhiking trio and lived his life as a vagabond. Some would consider him to be the leader of the 3. In his corruptible mortal state, Phineas Plump travelled the country, hawking snake oil at train depots. He actually crossed over to the spirit realm while experimenting with a new miracle concoction, and he still keeps his trusty carpet bag by his side. Now, poor Gus served most of his time for a crime he did not commit. Encountering this pint-sized phantom, it is easy to tell he is no criminal mastermind. In fact, he's always known for looking on the bright side of life, even in the afterlife. So that's been a quick version of the story of the Haunted Mansion. I could have actually went on for that for another hour yet. So that's been the story. Let's get into the drop. You've just announced the drop itself, and I must say it's a bit of a disappointment. So let's get into it. 3 spirited digital collectibles from Disneyland's iconic Haunted Mansion drop Wednesday the 27th of September, 8 AM PT, which of course is 4 PM UK time. This will be waitlist blind box format, and the list price for these collectibles is going to be 30 gems. Of course, these are all first appearances, and the first edition for public sale is going to be 41. So the Uncommon Madam is minting 2,666 editions, and this is the only one animated with sound. So I will play that animation with sound now. The rare variation is going to be the Haunted Mansion dramatic back, and I must say that's a bit of a shocker. 1,969 editions, which I think ended up being the opening day. The next variation is going to be the Bat, and this is mint in 969 editions. So one of the things I didn't cover in that video, which I do actually remember from some of the research, is the Bat was actually meant to be the main character for the building for the haunted house itself. But this was later changed, as a lot of them just sort of faded into the background. There's even a bat on the entrance, and that was supposed to be the icon itself. Now, there is actually an airdrop attached to this, which I didn't first notice. So there's actually a Haunted Mansion poster airdrop with this.
I don't know if
Purchase
you can actually
any
hear
one
that.
of the Disneyland Haunted Mansion attraction props via blind box and receive one poster on the 16th of October. One airdrop poster per user. So for me, I'm going to say the uncommon is definitely the best one. Now, I do like the price if it includes the airdrop, I must say. But without the airdrop, the rest of these rarities would have been an absolute flop. There was so many options you could have chose from the Haunted House, and you chose probably the worst selection there was. Now, I'm definitely going to buy the uncommon. I'm definitely going to go for the drop, although I'm a bit underwhelmed with the drop itself. Let me know your thoughts. Should veve have done better rarities on this one? Did veve drop the ball? Do you like the poster? Do you like the price? As always, I've been your host, Bob Sales. This time next year, we will be millionaires. A peace.
Did you hear that?
Nope.
What? What about that?
That was just the house settling. No big thing. Just go back to sleep. Just
Go back to sleep.
I love the endings. I love the endings. That is like half the best bit about making them, I must admit. Let me remove that screen. There we go. Back Ugly's back again. Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. I was watching that video. I don't know if you could actually hear that or not. This is my first time actually trying this. And I don't know why I done this. I actually just sat there and no one was streaming the drop at the time. B's away. Mo's incognito right now because he's been doing the PFL races. So right now, there's literally no one I could see streaming the drop. And I wanted to go for the drop. So I was like, there's no way there's not going to be a drop stream. So I'm going to try and do it. So yeah, that was my reasoning. So forgive if it's unplanned and it's a bit rough and my files are not set up very good. But I am going for the drop. Let's pull that back up, actually. Wrong one. There we go. So the drop's in 22 minutes if you are actually going for the drop. I am going to go for the drop, but I mean, the drop could have been better itself. Definitely could have been better. When I see this drop, I was so excited. I covered so many ghosts in that. And to be honest, I don't think I needed to. Because I covered so many ghosts and none of the ghosts seemed to win. Didn't seem to get any of them. We got the Madame Leota. So not really sure about the plaque. Not really sure about the bat thing. Although there is physicals of the bat thing now. I've seen quite a few of them online. Now the other one's just a plaque outside the mansion. So I'm not really sure. Let's pull these up. I wonder if I can. Oh, that's how you do it. So I've never done this in my life. So I'm actually going to try and do it. So it's good that there's hardly anyone here because it's easier to do. So good morning, Cap. It's good to see you as always. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I do want to. My heart's telling me to go for it, but my head's telling me it's probably going to be under retail. So. But because of the airdrop, I think the airdrop's going to be 10 to 15 gems. So I think worst case, you're going to pay 15 gems for the collectible. If it goes under 15 gems, that's when you lose. Yo, Bob, you all right, Rennies? Seems everyone is away. No veve streamers. I don't know what to make of it. Yeah, there's not a lot of people on tonight, I must admit. I know BE and Informant. I mean, well, BE is Informant. I know Informant's away on holiday, so that's his issue. I know veve Volt's working at the minute, so that's his issue. I haven't seen Arcade, so I'm not sure if he's streaming, but he don't normally start to another 5-10 minutes, I don't think. Let's see what's airdrop those are going for. Yeah, so you got the same game plan as me, right? So worst case, I think if you get the first rarity, I think worst case you're going to lose 5 gems if you was to sell everything when you get it all, right? So let me just check I'm actually in this queue. I think I am. Yeah, I am in this queue. I don't know where everyone is today. I actually thought more people would show up. It's a bit strange. I'm not sure if there's any, and my YouTube's not showing anyone else on, so I'm really not sure. It's the only reason I jumped on because I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do a great video like that like I done yesterday and then not do the drop. So we'll see. So how can I get that off now? Is there any way I can get that off now? Aha, like that. So we're getting better at this. Well, we're trying to anyway. So I did actually ask Mo to come on and host with me, but I'm not sure where he is. I think he's still asleep. Because what time is it for you guys right now? Because for me, it's like 4 p.m. Well, it's 20 to 4 in the afternoon. So I'm just going to tweet this out one more time and see if I can get anybody in here. So I'm actually surprised there's no one in there. I think people must be sick of me this week, eh? Done enough videos this week for 1 week. Let's see, there's 18 minutes left. I mean, the drop, I thought the drop, when I first see this drop, I was so excited. It could have been done so much better, I must admit. And I was a bit let down with the rarities. I mean, even the Leota itself doesn't talk. That would have been better if it had a bit of animation. If it talked a bit, all it literally does is go around in a circle. So I'm not 100% sure. And that's still the best one out of the lot. And it's the less rarity. So I could probably do better getting that in the aftermarket. But again, I think it's worth the risk. It's going to be a 5-gem risk, right? Not many FTs. What is this? Maybe most in Cryptoys. I mean, I've got some Cryptoys at the minute, but I literally bought Cryptoys because I was supporting the team, because I had actually met the team and I seemed to get on with them all right. So I actually bought them for that reason. They do definitely need a market before they're going to get anywhere, though. That's one of the main things everyone forgets. They keep saying it's all about collectability, but you need a market for mass adoption. It's just the safety net's there, right? So not many NFT platforms are popular at the minute. No, there's not many popular at the minute. DC Comics is absolutely failing right now. That got saved the other week by the Batman #1. And I believe if it weren't for that comic, another month, they might have been in real deep trouble. Also, then there's McFarlane. McFarlane's been releasing NFTs. But again, they've released NFTs, but no one's really talking about them that much. I see the Batman car. The Batman car looks nice. But again, I think I am going to wait for a veve one. I know it sounds sad for a 35-year-old man, but I'd rather have the drivable one. And I think a veve one would look better, I must admit. I do like the looks of it, but even when you're in the vault looking at it, it's got like a weird tarnish to it. It's hard to describe. Let's see what else. Well, there is that. So veve's cash out took 3 years, FY, and most other NFT platforms get cash out in months. This is true. It did take years, but then veve's tried to market itself as a worldwide app this whole time. So they're trying to get all the legality covered through every different country to make it. It was to try and make it all happen at once, I believe. So there wasn't countries excluded, even though countries did get excluded anyway. So, but yeah, and then even then, we've had it, we've lost it, we've had it, we've lost it. So I still haven't actually used it yet, I must admit. So what time? So we've got 15 minutes yet. 1 second. I hope this isn't a sign for how bad this drop is actually going to go, that there's no one in it. I must admit. Because that's going to, if that's anything to go by, this drop's not going to do well. And that's the other thing with veve I noticed as well. They seem to release a drop. It's a big drop. Everyone's excited. And then the next day, they release something else. And it kind of overshadows it. So this time it was a Hulk airdrop. I mean, obviously you're not buying the Hulk airdrop, but people are still going to save gems to buy it in the aftermarket. So I'm not really sure. And then they've just done the Ron English one. I am actually trying to finish a video for that one, but I was going to do a quick video, but it's taken me all day. But to get the article 2 days before the drop is well annoying, I must admit. The videos I do take 8 hours to 3 days at a time. That last one took about 8 to 10 hours. So I need a couple of days. And then at the same time, I have a family, I have a life too. So I have to fit that in. I also work nights and I sleep probably 2 hours a night. So yeah, that's not good. But I have started to cover the Ron English one, I must admit. I mean, I like the drop, right? But I'm a bit confused at the whole situation with that one because the first video, you see the guy on the Monopoly board, right? And it had the music going, which I presume is Ron's band. And then we get the second videos with the article, and it's nothing like it. It just seemed a bit weird to me that it just seemed kind of like false advertising because I was waiting for the Monopoly board and it didn't come. And then after it didn't come and there's no animation, no sound listed anywhere, that's a bit of a worrying one for me, I must admit. Because with the Monopoly board, I think that thing would have sold really well. Without it, I don't think it's going to do as well, I must admit. And I think to advertise it the way it was, I think they should have sold it that way. It's like even when I make videos, I try not to change. I try not to put effects on the screen and stuff when I'm actually showing you the drop items for the first time for a drop video, right? Because I want you to see the true value of the drop. Let me just... So yeah, that is the problem with that drop. But again, we do know they do airdrops, and he's done airdrops before. So could we get airdrop the board? Now, I don't normally tend to think things like that. I must admit, stay away from speculation and stuff like that. But there's been airdrops before, and I actually know that board exists on the real collectibles because as I say, I'm making a video for it. And there is actually a Monopoly table it was displaying the items on. So I think there is going to be one with a board. And there's also other rarities of them, by the way. And it does say on the article, it's season 1 of the first 3 collectibles, right? Well, each of them collectibles, I found the physicals, and they have one with one set of white teeth, one with one set of gold teeth, one with one set of silver teeth. The only one I couldn't find in physical form was the green one. The green one with the green teeth. I could not find that in physical form. The other 2, I could find them straight away. And they're going to cost you $400, by the way, if you buy one of them physical. So, and he's really a big artist, I must say. Ron is a big artist. I nearly said Frank then, I must admit. But Ron is a big artist. Done some big things over the years. Been on Banksy's through the exit through the gift shop, sorry. He was only in there for about 1 minute, but he was on there. He's been in The Simpsons. He's got his own Funko character. He's the first and only artist so far to get his own Funko character. And probably one of the only ones to go in The Simpsons, apart from the other people who's in The Simpsons with. So how many minutes we got left? Still got 11 minutes left. Better make it. veve is oversaturated. Well, I tend to agree with you there. Like instead of slowing the drops down a little bit, the drops seem to have increased. And they've increased to a speed where, as a content creator, you can't even keep up. Like, I have made a video every day this week, and these are 8-hour videos, and I've gone to work and stuff, and I've had no sleep in between that, which is probably like why I look so rough, sound so frazzled. But again, I'm not trying to get sympathy, but 5 days with the article to read it, take it in, make a video if you're going to, I think that's fair, to be honest. And I think the drops are oversaturating the market. There's a lot of stuff in the market right now that's really cheap. What I want to go after myself, and I just don't have the funds to do it. But then everyone's just listing lower and lower and lower because everyone's starting to panic at this point. I think that's what it is. I think there is starting to be panic starting to set in. I mean, most of the commons, uncommons, they're literally $1.50 right now. $1.50 in the market. They're so close to 1 gems. So the veve verse needs to save it. So whether or not that's going to actually happen, but the veve verse needs to save the comics. Fun under the sun. Hello, mate. You all right? Sorry if you just bumped into all that chat, I must admit. I'm just babbling on to myself. I was bored. No one was streaming the drop. And I was just like, how's no one streaming this drop? I mean, I get the rarities are not the best, but you are getting a free poster airdropped, which is probably going to be worth 10 to 15 gems. So it's going to be worth a 15 gem pump, right? And then if you get a good mint, you could profit off that, or depends what you want to do. I mean, for me, the only one I'm actually interested in is the first one. So I am going for the drop, but it is a gamble, and it is more of a mint gamble, to be honest. Hello, Gus, mate. You all right? I'm actually sending your comic out tomorrow, by the way. Hello, mate. So Gus is part of NFT Landropy. We don't know where Ben is at the minute, I must say. Ben's gone a bit quiet on us, but we've done so many charity auctions for the last year and 2 years. He's probably gone broke by this point. He's done so many, so that may be why he's gone on the hiatus. But yeah, but thanks for coming, Gus. I am sending your parcel out, by the way, tomorrow. Glad you're streaming. Yeah, thank you for that. I hate streaming by myself, I must admit. In fact, I hate live streaming anything. I hate recording. I hate streaming. I hate the whole thing, I must admit. I like making the really good deep dive drop videos, and I like streaming on other people's channel when they're controlling it or when I've got someone to talk to. I don't like talking to myself that much. And that's why I do the videos the way I do them. I'm not the most confident person in the world. I'm definitely not the most confident person in the world. So I like to know what I'm going to say before I say it, if that makes sense. That's why I don't normally stream. But again, I'm not going to sit here and have no one stream this drop. It just seems crazy to me. This is actually a really big drop for Disney fans. But was it done right? That's the only thing. But it's still, again, a big IP, big drop. So I'm going to go for it. Well, yeah, Veveverse won't do much in the beginning, I think. Need utility or gamification for it to be successful. This is the issue. You're not wrong. So I have the same worries. So I've made videos for the last 2 years, and one of the videos I made was how much Facebook and Disney have both lost making metaverses, and it's Facebook's in the billions. So if Facebook have lost so much money and then Disney point blank just give up at their end, they sack their employees and then give up. So is that a sign that maybe the metaverse or the Veveverse is going to be a money pit? I'm just checking my phone 1 second, because that's been a real concern to me. Now, the first 3-4 weeks, I've got to be honest, the first 3-4 weeks, that thing's going to pump everything, I think. And if it comes like everyone's making out that all the metal's so shiny and all this sort of thing, if it actually comes like that and the collectibles look as quality as was leaked the other week, then I actually think that's going to be wicked. But what did they show us at the Decon event? They showed us, we see what we see, right? The graphics was not the best. Okay, the internet was bad there, but the graphics was not capable of what I'm seeing on the pictures of that platinum Mickey Mouse, if that makes sense, to show that sort of detail. I don't think it's going to be that good. But at the same time, it's going to help with interaction. It's probably still going to be one of the better metaverses there is, because some of the other metaverses are absolute trash, I must admit. They're absolute trash. So we'll see. We'll see. But they definitely need to put some games in there. I mean, Crypto Toys have done, I should say Cryptoys, sorry. So they've done like a Flappy Bird game. That's been their idea for a game. Now, for me, I have a PlayStation 4, I have a PlayStation 5. So that game's not going to cut it for me. That's definitely not going to cut it for me, right? But at the same time, I did ask them this at the time. 1 second, my phone went. But at the same time, I did ask them at the time, and they said they're apps for 13 onwards. So in that case, and there was a lot of adults addicted to that game. So I'm not sure games like that will help, but I'm sure there will be games in the future. I mean, even golden moments for chess pieces, Marvel Mighties for chess. Even if you could just play chess with your VV NFTs, I mean, that's something, right? You can select your own pieces for whatever you want to use, right? That's pretty simple. I can't imagine that's so hard to implement. So, yeah, moving on. 1 second. I was hoping to start streaming drops. Well, I didn't tend to want to start streaming the drops, I must admit. That's why I'm normally on with BE. So let me just answer this message. 1 second. I'm just answering this message. Let me just answer this. I'll be 2 seconds and I'll be right with you. How many times? Got 4 minutes left, by the way. So I'm just getting the other password for the other account because I'm that dumb. I actually don't have it. Right, where were we? Sorry. So yeah, I'm not planning on doing these a lot. I did ask Mo if he was going to come in, I must admit, but he didn't turn up. So because I know Informant's not been on, so I thought maybe Mo would want the company. I did offer to go over there like normal, but nothing today. So just sign into this. Otherwise, I won't be getting no drops. I missed a wait list on that one, and 1 second. So I'm just buying something off myself so I can actually go for this drop. This is the sort of level it's got to at this point, right? 1 second. Right. So I'm just trying to find one of the items I own, which I can't actually find. They hate looking through the marketplace and trying to find something, I must admit. Absolutely horrible, even with the search bar. And then trying to type in for a stamp or something like that is just not doable. It just doesn't work, does it? Well, where are we? So you should just be able to type in stamps and you'd hope it would come up, right? But it don't actually come up. But you'd hope it would, right? Where are we? I'm never going to find this in time. Come on, damn phone. Of course, it's all crashing like usual. Worst thing is, can't even go for it on this account because I didn't log into the account and actually hit the wait list. So, yeah. So that was a balls up on my part. But again, by looks of the chat, I don't think it's selling out because there's not many of us here, right? So you've got 1 minute, 1 second. Come on, can I find it in 1 minute? Where are these stamps? Worst thing is, I'm not even sure which one it's on, so I'm still looking. Come on, where are you, Bob? Got to be in there somewhere. Well, good luck on drop if you are going for it. You got 58 seconds. Hello, mate. You all right? It's good to see you. That is a lot of money. That's a lot of money to charity, I must admit. That is a big number. Congratulations for being part of the team, mate. Hopefully he comes back. But at this point, he's probably got broke, right? That's probably what's wrong. Yeah, no, I see a little bit about that. So you hear about the veve Funko physical drop coming. So I did hear about that, but only a tiny bit. So I'm not actually looked into anything yet because I was trying to make that Ron English video, which I'm not finished with yet. So I can't really say much about that yet. Yeah, I tend to agree. That is going to be the majority of it, I must admit. It's not going to be much more than that. But if it all pans out, maybe it'll bring people in. Yes, they do. That is very true. Cryptoids have a lot to deliver, and it is very highly speculative. I would have never got into that. Like, my stance was always, I'm not going into that project until they have a marketplace. But they do have a lot to deliver. But I think they can do it. They've got the physicals on the go. I know that. They've got the games, but I still don't think that game's going to be good enough to hold the whole thing together. But it's a start, right? But again, for them, it's going to be mass adoption. It's going to be market for mass adoption. Sorry, they have to have a market. As much as everyone keeps saying they don't need one, it's a collector's app, stuff like that. They need a market. That's one of the things that will make them go popular. 1 second. Yeah, not yet. No, none of that yet. There is a page for it though, so it's definitely on the cards. Even though they said it weren't part of the plan, it's definitely on the cards because it's already there. There's already a section for it on the app. Good morning, Rewind. Post your live stream in the drops on X so we can repost it. I did actually post it, but I don't know what that come up like. Yeah, it is on there. Yeah, it's on there. Let me just put it in one more time. So I've actually missed the drop. Hang about. Oh, yeah, it's supposed to do that, right? So I've actually missed the drop. Didn't get that changed over in time. So I'm hoping this don't sell out so I can actually go for it in 5 minutes. That's going to be the plan. I'm thinking it's not going to sell out. I must be honest. There's a couple of other drops coming up. So I don't think it's going to sell out, I must admit. Well, they're saying that it's got the poster, so actually it might sell out. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still confused. I was gonna go for the drop, but I have actually missed it. So that's the only thing when you can't get in. I got in there 4 minutes before, right? So 4 minutes before the drop. So 1 minute too late, which is a pain in the bum. But I'm sure it'll come back up. Where were we? Yeah, I did post that. I don't know why that's not showing up. Too many NFTs already on veve. The NFTs are good. It's not the NFTs. I think it's just you need people. That's the problem. And you need to stop releasing like the trash ones, what we get every so often. The posters, what no one needs. Or the 10th Tarzan book no one asked for. No one wanted the Tarzan book the 3rd time round. Please stop doing it hurts my head because they do a really big drop, really great drop. And then the next day you get Tarzan, the 8th one. It's like, no, come on. And now they're all black and white covers. And you're like, no, come on. Seriously? But yeah, I think that Tarzan one was more of a David G personal thing, I think. And Stan Lee loved that, by the way. So veve did actually start burning. They started burning the random comics. They started burning like the Squirrel Girls and stuff like that. But then randomly they stopped. So morning, Bob and chat. Hello, mate. You're all right. You can jump in here if you want. I didn't know whether you'd even up. Let me know if you're still in here, Mo, because I'll let you in here. Because I did actually ask Mo to join us yesterday or the day before, but he has been busy with his PFL. Let's see if I can. Let me share that 1 second. I'm just pulling it up. Bear with me 1 second. We shouldn't whistle while I'm next to the microphone, eh? So that Mo will have a heart attack if he comes in and see the way I've set this page up. There's no layout, no nothing. That will literally kill Mo if he sees that. So I have actually sent you a link now, Mo. Hopefully you see that. I have got such a bad throat today. Too many videos this week. Not enough sleep. Hello, Arno, mate. You're all right. Good evening. Is it evening to you? Well, yeah, it's 4 o'clock for us. I suppose that's evening, right? It never feels like evening to me because 3-4 o'clock time is normally my wake up time after work. Not that I got any sleep today, but yeah, I I think I had an hour's sleep after I finally got stuck waiting for YouTube to sort the voice bit out and load it up so I could actually start my video. So yeah, that's pretty annoying. But yeah, I have actually done that. I have actually started that video. I've done the voice bit. I've done about 3 minutes screen footage. But because of what I'm talking about, it's kind of hard to cover. And because of the short notice, the screen footage is not going to be the best, I must admit. Just check there's no private chat. Less than 400. 400. Holy shit. No way. 400? Damn, veve dropped the ball on this. Damn it. So if I show you their tweet from the other day, the first one before you knew about the rarities, right? There must have been 600 likes on that, 200 reposts. It was one of the biggest ones so far that had the most interactions for weeks. That is crazy. And that is down to the rarities. That is definitely 100% down to the rarities. You had so many choices, and for some reason they chose these, right? You could have had the free ghost. You could have had. There were so many. The bust. You could have the talking bust, the singing bust. There was so many options in there. Even the attic bride, right? You didn't even get the attic bride. There were so many people you could have used out of that attraction, and you literally chose two of the worst items, I think. I can't believe 400 sold. That's crazy. I'm just looking at it in the market now. That is crazy. Let's see if we've got any in the market yet. Wow. Okay. So Madame Leota's already 1750. I'm not shocked by that. I must admit, I'm not shocked by that. But the poster is going to be worth 10 to 15 gems, right? So you're making money if you sell the poster as soon as you get it, and you've made like a couple of gems. Let me check the other one. Damn, the plaque's 15 already. Now, I kind of knew that was going to happen. The plaque's probably the worst one for me and probably the least popular. That bat thing, people actually have physicals of that all the time, and they're expensive. So let's see how that's getting on. And obviously, it's a secret rare. Everyone loves a secret rare in veve. And of course, it's 55 gems. Sorry. Burping down the microphone there. I do apologize. It's 55 gems. Jeez Louise. That is crazy. So yeah, turns out I might have been saved this time. Where is it? Oh, you know what? I think I'm still going to go for it. My heart's still telling me to go for it. You can't do a drop stream and not go for the drop, right? You can't do it, right? This is why veve Vault went broke. Or OG Vault. Because he's doing drop streams and every time he had to buy it, right? My throat is absolutely killing, so I do apologize if I sound roughly. Plaques and Gobes on the retail, secret rare at 60. It's actually gone lower than that already. Yeah, I knew the plaque was going under retail, and I had a feeling Madame Leota was, but I thought it would hold up a bit better than that, I must admit. I knew the bat was doing the same, and I didn't expect that thing to grail. Although they cost more if you buy a little physical necklace of that. They actually cost more, right? So I have sent you a link, Mo, if you can get in here. I don't think if you want to come in here, mind you. So I was just checking that you hadn't private chatted me there while I was daydreaming there. So what else have we got? Yeah. We need to get you. Yeah, well, this is true. I put a lot of effort into my videos, and I don't know. The algos really do hate me. Although traffic's actually started to pick up, and the market is so dead right now. No one's watching veve videos. Like, if you're still making veve content, it's because you love it, right? You're not making veve content right now to get paid. Like, you're never, like, not in a million years. If I wanted to get paid, I would go and cover movie histories or something generic like that on YouTube. And I think I would make really good, like, Watch Mojo sort of videos like that. So I think that would be my next sort of thing after this, if it all goes tits up. But again, I'm only making the videos because I like making the videos and I like talking to people. I like having an opinion, right? But yeah, I do need more subscribers. So if you can start, if everyone can share my videos out from now on, I'd much appreciate it. I put so much effort into them. I need to really go back as well and cut some of them histories, because some of the histories are so good. And then after the drop goes, right, no one tends to watch them because it says the VV drop, the history of the Lion King plus the drop, right? So what I need to do is chop that in half, keep the history, then re-put. The only thing is, I didn't want to repost loads of old histories to the channel because everyone's going to be like, what's Bob doing? Bob lost the plot. So yeah. Let me see who else we got in here. But thank you. I appreciate that, by the way. I forgot to say that much. I appreciate you all being here, by the way. I didn't expect like anyone to show up. I actually sat here for about 10 minutes with no one in here. So I was getting a bit worried that this drop wasn't that popular, because I sat there thinking, I'm sure 1 or 2 people should have turned up by now. So yeah, I was a bit worried that I'd actually broke it or something wasn't working. About 11% sold at the minute. Man, that's... The worst thing is the interactions were so high with this post. I mean, it wasn't high enough to sell the dropout, but they were so high. I just thought it would do much more. The rarities definitely killed this one. Veve dropped the ball, I think. Maybe we're to 600 now, but definitely underperformed. What does that regard to? Maybe we are to 600 now, but definitely underperformed. You're going to have to clarify that one because I've spoken a lot, so I may have missed where that point is. I do apologize. Gussel. People don't know about this airdrop for minting this drop. What people? How do people not know? See, this is what I mean, man. No one watches my videos. Like, if you watch my videos, you get all the information about the whole drop, like the history, like details, couple of fun facts in there. You'd get comparisons to physicals if they exist, stuff like that. It's just crazy to me. And then I do see people like that on Twitter all the time about the desk, like the other desk. What's so big about the desk? I'm like, how do you not know this desk is worth 14k by now? Like, it was sold at auction. The Disney animator's desk was sold at auction for 14k. It was used in a bloody hell. Can't even talk anymore. Yeah, it was used in their main period. So I have got a bit of a list. I do apologize. But yeah. So it was used then. And I see a lot of people like, why are we getting this drop? Why are we getting it? It is a desk. It is worth 14k in real life. That is why we're getting it. It is significant for being a desk, right? So I wouldn't count too much on it being extra different, I must admit. If it ain't raining, I love that name, by the way. I've never been able to say that to you. I'll always type it in the chat, though. I love that name. If it ain't raining. Mr. Moeknowz, true story. I miss you, by the way, Mo, this week. It's been like losing my brothers this week, I must admit. I've literally never live streamed so much or been on so many people's channels. It's been like a whirlwind the last month or two. Like, I went all that time of just sticking to myself, not asking no one for nothing. Like, I was there in other people's chats to watch the channel, right? That was what I was there for. So even in their chats and stuff, I wouldn't call out, oh, by the way, come watch my channel, you know, come join the channel and all this in someone else's chat. That just wasn't me. Like, I literally started as watching all the content creators and stuff like that. That was what I'm there for. Even when I go on Superstars Money's channel and stuff like that, they always ask me at the end, so what's the plan for the channel and stuff like that? And I'm just sat there puzzled. I'm just like, bro, I'm just here to be with you tonight. I'm not here to advertise. So yeah, that also probably don't help my subscribers right away. Oh, now I can select or I can't select according to the screen. 1 second. I forgot I was even up. 1 second. So because I am a moron, I am actually going to buy this drop. Let me check the market first. Let me have one quick look at the market. So the Yota's still 17. The plaque's still 15. That plaque's going to go lower, I reckon. Where's the bat? Bat's probably 40 now, 48. It's not really worth going for, is it? But then the poster don't get airdrop right away, right? I made the video, and even I don't bloody know I made so many videos this week. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Wish me luck, people. Wish me luck. See what I got. So I got min 1,240. And of course, what did I get? The damn plaque. The one I didn't want. The plaque, the worst one out of the bunch. I would have preferred the uncommon. I actually hate uncommons as well. I don't even like the name, but I would actually have the uncommon, prefer that. So that was 15 gem loss so far, I must admit. So I'm actually going to probably sell that for a loss instantly and just wait for my poster, I must admit. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm just going to hold that. It's not a lot sold. Let me check how many sold now. I mean, there's not even 200 of them plaques, so I mean, it will look good in the Veveverse. Let me put it up on my camera, see what it actually looks like. See if there's any hidden features. Oh, don't be telling me the camera's not bloody installed again, because it is. Better not broke it again, Veve. That really annoyed me when they broke that, by the way. Right, let's see what else is going on. Sorry, I'm just yabbering on now to myself. I'm on a call right now. Try hopping if you're still live when I'm done. Thank you very much, my skeleton friend. It has actually been really random without you and BE this week. I proper missed you two. So the plaque itself has Disney marked on the back, so that's a plus for it. Other than that, it's a plaque. So let me have a look. I mean, it's nice detailing on it, nice colouring, but again, it's worth 15 gems, right? Maybe 10 gems, which I always knew going into it. But I'm hoping the poster is going to be worth 15 gems least, right? And if it's not, then I've lost what, 5-10 gems. It's not going to hurt, is it? See what else is going on right now. Yeah, I see that about the penguins, or what were they called again? Oh, off the top of my head, I can't remember. The NFTs. And the guy in the picture, right? He could have at least smiled, right? He looks like the most miserable git you've ever seen in your life. Like standing there just like, come on, bro. You're going to take a picture and like try and pat yourself on the back and that. Like, at least do it with a smile, right? Nice to see you. You and the biggest bro should have teamed up. Was the biggest bro even on? So the biggest bro tends to not answer my messages, I must admit. So I don't know why. I don't know whether he don't like me or something. But when I reach out to the guy, he don't seem to answer my messages. I don't know whether that's just because he's not a Twitter messenger person, like Mo, for instance, or whether he's actually just ignoring my message. So I wouldn't have minded, but I literally just done it because I wanted to do the drop. And I actually wanted to control the chat for a change. And I wanted to try and do things myself for a change. It's not going to be a regular thing 100% because it's not I prefer my normal videos. I do the odd live stream. I like to pay people a visit, come vibe with the fam now and again. That's the best bit for me. I like talking to everyone. And ever since that party stream, I'm trying to break all them barriers now. That's it. Like, all them people turned up, and I did not expect any of them people to turn up, I must admit. And it was flooded all night long. Absolutely crazy, right? My collectibles singing happy birthday to me, sleeping comics, Veve vibes. You had so many people in there. Alex G, the Cryptoys CEO themselves, the team, even come and gave a couple of cubes away. Like, it was crazy. I think we give away a lot that night, by the way. But I give away 3 secret rares in the end, 40 gems each. I give away a couple of ultra rares. Obviously, I've got Gus's comic behind me still. I give away some silver. Informant actually done really well because he's actually, well, his missus has got some silver. It's got some silver and some Pokemon cards. Informant actually got the pack from HRO. Even Wazza come give some stuff away. So, and that reminds me, I did actually get a parcel today. Where is that? I did actually get a parcel today. If I can find it, I'll open it with you because I forgot. I picked it up. I come upstairs and then I've completely forgot what I've done with it. And it is from my favourite positive person, my collectibles. That it? Oh, here it is here. Right here. Let's have a look, shall we? Yeah, the drop did underperform 100 million%. It was the rarities. I think better rarities, they'd have done great. if they'd have had the free ghosts, the singing bus, the haunted woman in the attic, for Christ's sake. You don't even have the axe murder in the attic. Like that would have sold. And I think the poster was a good idea, but you could have also just done it the other way. You could have also just sold the drop for 15 gems, because it might have sold out more at 15 gems and not so many people are fussed with the poster, right? I mean, I actually like that poster. It's really good. And if you can put stuff like that into the VV-verse, you can put your own textures in there and stuff. That will be pretty cool to use that sort of stuff. So I'm just trying to open this to see what I've actually got in it. I believe this is my collectibles. Gotta love my collectibles. I own so much from my collectibles. Yeah, market is needing a shot of adrenaline, especially the comics. The comics are really bad. So when I first joined the app, I stacked up on comics. So I'm 200, 300 comics in, and I've only just recently started buying collectibles, I must admit. What is on that? What is this? Oh, wow. Did he just give me... So I'm just opening a present I got off my collectibles. Gotta love my collectibles, man. You always know what you're going for my collectibles, right? He's always positive. Like, you don't go to his channel for critical stuff, right? You go there for a good laugh, a good stream. If you want a more critical channel, or someone that says it the way it is. What is that? What the hell's going on in there? Oh, it's a got... I wonder what the hell that was then. So I must admit, that's the Michael Jordan card, right? So that's the Michael Jordan card I won off my collectibles. I don't know whether you can see that. 9.5. That's actually crazy, right? I actually now own 3 graded items, which I never owned any graded items. Now, I think my collectibles actually sent me something really cool as well. Look, can you see that? I have a Star Wars birthday. And what do we have attached to it? I got my own Stormtrooper off my collectibles. That guy owns a lot of Stormtroopers, and he's actually spared me a Stormtrooper. That is crazy. What a crazy guy, right? And I think that is an older version. I don't think that's a new version. Let me have a look. Well, that is going to stay with me for the rest of my life, I must admit. See if I can see the date. Oh, lights in this terrible. Yep, 1977. Wow. That is amazing, right? That is absolutely amazing. Crazy. And that's without my Michael Jordan card. This is why it always pays to be a drophead person, right? Because you get stuff like this. Same as the Star Boys. The utility is great. Sorry, I'll get back to the chat now. Sorry. Hulk airdrop announcement is perfect example. Perfect example of what? The drop underperforming, the market needing a shot. Sorry, I've just babbled on, so I've missed your point there, mate. That's the one, the Pudgy Penguins. I knew it was Penguins, but I couldn't think of the name. And they've been about for a while, by the way, that NFT project. But is anyone active in there? I couldn't tell you because I've not looked at it. All I can tell you is it has been about a while. But it's great to see someone get into physical stuff. I like the idea of that. I always have. Like, even at the veve events, like, I don't know how you go to a veve event and then not take t-shirts to sell to the veve fam. I just don't understand that. And then it was explained to us that the reason they don't do it is because they didn't want to profit off of us in that sort of way. They didn't want to feel like they were taking the piss. I mean, they sell us drops every single day. So selling us a t-shirt wouldn't hurt, I must admit. And even if they sold us it for cost price, I mean, everyone walking around in veve t-shirts, absolutely great, right? Instead, we've got to order them off Amazon, and they're not even genuine. So And someone's making a killing doing that. Why is that extra revenue not going to veve right now? It's a waste of extra revenue. Yeah, my mornings have gone to cap. I don't even know if I'll be around once be. What do you mean you don't know if you? Well, you bloody better be around. Well, I always miss you, Mo, I must admit. And we've still got the PFL thing going. And if you are interested in online horse racing, PFL, please go and check Mo out. He's actually started a syndicate. It's actually $25 a month, and to join part of the team. But the horse is absolutely doing absolutely terrible right now. The horse could actually do with breaking a leg. It might actually fix it. But then Mo said you don't want the horse to break a leg because that's not good. So yeah. But also that horse is doing absolutely terrible. But I don't think that was the point of it. The point was to learn PFL as it was, and then hopefully get some wins in there if you're lucky, right? If it ain't raining, it is what we say in the US Army. If it ain't raining, we ain't train. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, right. That makes sense. Meaning it's always raining when we're training. Right. So you're military, man. I love finding stuff like that out about people, right? Everyone's behind their Twitter handles. A lot of the time you don't see people's profile pictures, stuff like that. I mean, you can ask me anything and I'll literally tell you. I'm not really scared too much about stuff like that. That's a great bit of information to know, by the way. I've got so many medals and stuff like that. In fact, I am actually wearing a military jacket right now. That's how riddled I am with military stuff. Even though I've never been in the military. So thank you for your service, by the way. So where are we? Yeah, got to stay. Yeah, you have got to stay on the grind and all. Because you and Informant have been like your viewership's been increasing the last couple of weeks. People, I've noticed it, dude. People started to attend your drop streams more. And I think the whole Fudders tag what you had at the first place, even though everyone that watched that channel knew it. Basically, the first episode was like that. None of the others were. We all knew that, but I think that tag did kind of stick with you, and I think you've done really well. And I think everyone sees you for what you are now, right? The funny, genuine guy you are. So keep on pushing on, lad. Keep on pushing on, lad. And you're also great at editing, great at stuff like that, great at popping out of boxes, scratching your arms, stuff like that. Amazing, right? You're the only person I could actually trust and speak to without seeing their face. I do not like speaking to people without seeing their face. It feels unauthentic. It feels a bit shady, right? I mean, there's a couple of exceptions to that when people are private people and they don't want their privacy. But it's hard to bond with someone, especially if you're on camera. It's hard to bond with someone if you've not got the eye contact, you can't see the smile, stuff like that. But yet Mo still smiles and all he is bones. So what's up, Jimbo Lee Lingo? If you haven't seen him in my video, my birthday stream, go check that out. That was actually one of my favorite bits when he pulled up the UFC belt. I was actually in the toilet at one point, come back, and it's already spoiled on the screen. I'm like, come on, man. I was like, how's everyone got him to pull his belt out? And I'm not even invited to the party. So, yeah. And if you are doing that collector's thing, by the way, I know you're doing a collector's spotlight with BE, I think. If you are doing that, let me know if I can join you, because I'd love to join you. I would have done that myself with you, but it was Informant's idea now, so I've got to let Informant roll with it. But if you want to invite me to that, I'd more than happily join that. And I am going to have you back on, Jimbo, because I know you didn't get to say too much last time. And I know it's all a bit mad. It was all a bit crazy. I was a bit pissed at one point because, 3 hours in, it was getting a bit... But, yeah. So I definitely want to do that interview again. More of a 1 to 3 interview or something like that, so it's a bit more personal, right? And plus we've got some great things. We connect so well, and I don't think I explained that as well as I should about all my connections to everyone in that stream, right? Let's go. What's up, Superstar Money? And I have not found my hat yet. It's still missing, so I may need to buy another hat because that thing's rugged me. And I actually think my missus, well, my ex-missus now, I actually think she may have burned it. So, yeah, because she hated that hat. She said it made me look like a camp boy. My YouTube channel, I could say it, bitch. But yeah, that I used to actually get told that. Yeah, And I love that thing, by the way. I slept in that for about 3 months, that hat. And I've lost my Drophead t-shirt and all. Like, both my main things have gone. Like, no idea. Love the card. And yeah, that's crazy, right? I can't believe you've done that. He said on the birthday stream he was going to send me something extra, but I didn't expect that. That's crazy. He's definitely one of the best people around. I hope to get to meet him one day because I haven't actually met him yet. Same as Superstars, I've not met them yet neither. Although I feel like we're relatives at this point. If I ever have a problem, I can message Superstars and they just slap me around the head and tell me to get on with the day. So we actually have that sort of connection, right? This Funko thing could very well be the catapult that veve needs to access the mass market. This is bullish for veve and the community. 150 is a lot. Right, so you're going to have to explain this to me, right? So I've not seen any of this, right? So you're going to have to explain that a bit deeper. So veve are pairing up with Funko by sounds of it, and they're going to be $150. Now that, I'm going to surprise you right now, is not a huge amount for a Funko toy. They release stuff all the time that's $150. And I'm not even shitting you. Like, I was actually generally looking at one the other week. I wish I could find it. If I could find it, I'll show you. I was generally looking at one the other week. Oh, it was a McDonald's. It was a McDonald's set, and it was a Funko McDonald's pair up, and it was like a backpack thing, and it had toys in the back and stuff like that. It was a backpack, but it was a fake backpack. It was a box for the toys, right? I think that thing was about $175. And I was gonna buy that and think, in fact, it weren't even dollars, it was pounds. So it was more than dollars. And I was thinking about buying that. And I'm the brokest person you'll ever find, right? But yeah, if that is true, Funko is a mass adoption thing. So you also see about Funko dumping a lot of their Funko Pops recently, right? Because they've overmade them. They have made so many characters. But that is the joy of Funko. You can watch any film, any movie, any cartoon, and then you can literally go on your phone, go to Amazon, boom, there's the Funko, right? That's also the veve magic. That's also the magic of veve right now. It's near enough the same thing. You can watch a film, you can watch the TV, you can watch a cartoon, watch stuff like that. Next minute, you're watching Chucky, go to veve. Oh, look, there's a Chucky. Watching Disney, go to veve. It's there, right? So I do agree that will be huge, I must admit. And Funko's huge. They're not the most expensive things in the world, but it does depend on what you can get. If you can get a Freddy Funko, there's actually like a special Freddy ones, which is their mascot. But normally you get Freddy dressed as Superman or Freddy dressed as Batman. If you can find them ones for cheap anywhere, they're worth getting because they're the ones you want to hold. They're the valuable ones. They go for a lot of money, right? They don't always, but they're the ones you want to hold for the future because they get to a point where they do start going for a lot of money. And it's always the Freddy dressed as, and you don't find them a lot. So if you do see the Freddy dressed as, and they are normal prices, 10, 15, pick that up. That is a no-brainer. Did you get any BOGO cubes? So I got a bit conned by the Crypt Toys fam, I must admit. I'm a bit hurt from this. So I'm actually completely broke until tomorrow. So my plan was, well, I was hoping, I even asked them at one point. I put it in their Twitter feed. I was hoping they were going to extend it by 3 days, I must admit. Because I've got no money for the cubes. So I actually only got one. So I did get one, and I think I had pulled a rare. What is that noise? 1 second. Let me go and beat that cat up. Sorry, that cat, what a pain in the ass. So my cat's got a thing, right? It goes into the bathroom and it rips the side of my bath off. It literally rips the side of the bath off to go underneath the bath and start crawling for spiders. I've actually bought 2 new bath panels twice from where the fat git is run in there And then as it broke it, pulled it out, broke it. So yeah, sorry, I just heard it cracking over there, and I was like, no, not again. I had to purchase my veve hat off Amazon. Sad. Yes, I tend to agree. They should have an outlet for that, and that's extra money they could be getting, right? And even if they don't want to profit off it, just sell them for cost price. USD for Funko, veve versus physical. That's not an issue. Right. So have they actually announced that veve are getting a physical by Funko, right? Is that what we're all saying here, right? Where are the details on this Funko thing? Can anyone point me in the right direction? Because I'll pull that stuff up on the screen now. Because that's exciting to me. That's exciting to me. And the warm-up penguin thing, yeah, that's not so exciting to me. It's not as big. So it's not my thing, right? So it's not exciting for me, but I'm glad they've done it. It's a great way of getting new customers into an NFT space. Got legendary Mickey and rare Pluto from a free crypto toy box. Yeah, I got a rare, I think it was a rare Mickey, I must admit. One second, let me pull it up. We have a look. I'm just pulling my account up. Just make sure I'm not sharing that on the screen. No, I'm not. Now I'm actually getting quite good at YouTube for a change, eh? Just signing into my account so I can show you what I've got. 1 second. Come on, computer. Today would be nice. Today would be nice. Come on, computer. Today would be nice. Thank you very much. All right, so I have got... Yeah, so I got a common Pluto, and then I got a rare Mickey. Nothing that special. Let me go here. I'll present that there. Now you should be able to see that, right? So yeah, this is what I'm holding at the minute in Cryptoys. So I've got a Comet, I've got a Luke, right? Both open. I've really got to stop saying right because that's annoying me. I hate to think how you lot feel. And I've actually done all right on pulls so far. And I'm not an ambassador or anything like that, so I've actually paid for all of these cubes. So I've got a rare 405. I've got a legendary 481. I've got a rare 210. So I've got some really low mints in here, I must admit. I've got Grail 735. And I've actually done all right rarity-wise. I was really disappointed that I got the common the other day with them ones because I actually wanted one of the glow-in-the-dark ones, I must admit. And this is definitely not my favourite rarity, but I can understand why they've done it. They've done it to celebrate the superstars, so I can give them a bit of leeway on that one. But yeah, that's what I'm holding at the minute. So I've got no cubes. I actually opened one yesterday. I opened that one yesterday. So I actually recorded it because I realised I have not put a cube opening on my channel yet. And I wanted to put at least one cube opening where it didn't crash on the channel so I could actually showcase how good the cube opening was, because that is the best bit, right? It's the same as HRO. The best bit about it is the openings. I don't care what anyone says, that's the best bit. That's why I've always stayed in HRO. All right, I'm not as full on with veve. It's basically my side thing, but again, I dabble in it. I like to dabble. Oh, that cat. 1 second, the cat's doing it again. 1 second. Man, that cat is determined to break shit. Sorry about my language there. What have we got in here? Wow. Superstars, veve Funko would be massive. I absolutely agree. It would help if I brought my mic over. Could you still hear me then? And no one was going to tell me, right? I'm just catching up, so I'm actually behind on the chat. That makes a change. So I think it's an excellent collectible to start the relationship. It's Iron Man limited edition Funko. Nice. Right, so that's nice. Have I got an Iron Man? I actually don't think I have an Iron Man. So how big is? Do we know how big it is? Is it normal size Funko, or are we getting a large one? Because I know they've started doing 3-4 different sizes. So let me know on that one. Where's details? Good morning, Mr. Froakomi. Good to see you, man. Oh man, you were streaming today. I actually was talking about you earlier, biggest bro. I was like, look, man. I was like, I don't know whether I've offended this guy, but I was like, I always message him. I was like, and I never get a reply straight away. I was like, never get a message back. So yeah, and apparently you were streaming today, and I was looking for someone to stream, and I know I'm subscribed to you, and I know I've got my notifications turned on because I see you during the night usually. So I don't know how I didn't see that today. Otherwise, I'd have jumped on with you because I'm missing Mo and BE. I must admit. Penguin Gang rise up. The Funko VV info. Yeah, we need to find that. Penguin and desks. What the hell am I doing with my life? Yeah, yeah, I agree. I'm fish now, fish, yeah. How much longer are you on? Well, I wasn't planning on staying on, but if you've got to come jump on with me and shoot some talk, then I'll stay on happily. So 1 second, let me just send you a link. I think I sent you a link. I sent you a link already, right? I think I sent you a link. If anyone wants a link, you know, you're more than welcome to a link. So what? 1 second. BB Funko. How much you longer? Well, I actually only plan to do the drop, I must admit, because I see no one was doing it and I'm starting to miss it. So I thought, you know what? It's a good opportunity for me to do one, try and use the comment section, try and actually do a live stream. I'm actually surprised. I lasted an hour and a half by myself. So I've actually done all right. What is that cat? That cat is determined to write right now. I see you've sent me a DM. What is in the DM? Because it's a link. And obviously I can't join your stream. Okay. You know what the worst thing is? I actually see this picture earlier and I didn't take no notice of it whatsoever. What physical arrived in time for New York? Oh, great. Yeah, it would be in time for New York. Well, maybe it'll be for the con exclusives. So I've actually got some con exclusives. So that's probably the plan. The plan is probably con exclusive only. You're going to get to the event and be able to buy it there. I think that's going to be what it is. Oh, yes, I see it. Limited edition, 3,000 pieces. Veve. What is that then? I can't see much on zooming in. I must admit, the Iron Man itself is awful looking. That is pretty bad. I'm not going to lie to you. It's pretty awful looking. But I do like my Funkos. And Funkos are generally awful looking, right? This one actually had more detail than normal Funkos. Let me sort this cat out again. 1 second. Oh, I've got people in here. Sorry, mate. I didn't even see you in here.
Oh, God. You caught me.
Sorry. I didn't even see you there. Let me just go and sort this cat out, Mo.
I was warming up. Everybody
Right.
throw some punches. Superstar wanted the punches. Oh, shit. Hey.
How are you, mate? You all right?
Yeah, man. Hey, go handle your cat. I'll catch up with your chat here. What up, chat? Welcome to the Skin and Bones Invasion. I am half of your hosts. Oh, God, chat. We are back. I apologize for my lack of content, but I'm a busy man. I got some things going on. Got some big news on the horizon.
Well, I must say, I've missed you.
Yeah, but you guys too, man. Fucking, like I said, V normally drags my ass out of bed in the morning, so. But yeah, man, just It's hard to get up. It's hard to get up for some of these drops too, but
Well,
like I said, I've been
it is
getting
when
up. I got a
they're
whole bunch
bad
of
drops.
what's that?
It is when they're bad drops.
Yeah, it drops aside though. Like I said, can't really talk about it too much right now, but there's some pretty big things happening, so I gotta kind of handle some business in the morning, you know.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I did. The second race went live, right?
Yeah. So we can
And we
talk about that.
come second
Yeah,
from last, was it?
Yeah, so
I
I think there's a couple things going on here with this. And first of all, it's hard because most of my barn, this happened last season too, where you get these horses where like some horses peak early, some horses peak late, and some horses never peak at all. Yeah, you get that small roll, right? So a chance, but I think what's happening with this horse, I think it just might want to run longer than I'm running it. So I'm pretty much just going with the schedule, you know. They're cheap races, so I'll kind of just throw horses in for the first month, pretty much any chance I can get.
Well, I noticed the stats on the horse were actually pretty good.
Well, they are, and the parents, the parents are good.
surprised. Looking down the list, there wasn't anything different to our horse to the others to why our horse should have failed, if that makes sense.
Right, and like I said, so normally a couple things you look at is, the amount of stars you see on the horse, you know, what kind of race they're joining. Like, if you see a fast horse on a wet track where it's raining, that horse is going to have probably half the shot to even win that race. It's not their track, right? Now, I think one race we did catch our track, one we didn't. So, I mean, that's, you know.
I mean, it got to like 4th place at one point. And then, I don't know what
it made
happened
that
to it
small
after.
little
It was
move.
like it got shot after that.
Right, so one of two things is happening. Either wants to run super short, which I hope isn't the case, or I'm not running it long enough where it's kind of not putting in that move the way it wants to. Yeah, Superstar, what, the Funko, the Iron Man? I don't know, man.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I was pulling it up actually when you had it up.
Just about to put it up.
Listen, I like the idea that, you know, trying to do more collaborations back and forth, right? I mean, that's what's going to grow the space. But I mean, it's just not for me.
So that's the one. Can you see that on the screen?
No, you got to bring it back up. It's me and you on the screen right now.
Oh yeah, of course it is. What a twat! I've been doing so well as well.
You've been killing it, man. Listen,
so
now you've
proud
been doing good, bro. You and Biggest Bro. I woke up, I made some coffee, and I was like, ah, shit. I'm like, well, Bob's streaming and Biggest Bro streaming. So you know what? I'm just gonna chill, wake up, make some coffee, and watch you bolt. So
yeah, I must admit, I didn't know that. Otherwise, I'd have just joined this stream.
Yeah, you guys should have hooked up. Another collab, man.
I don't see the point of like all of us doing multiple streams. We may as well just like if you're all gonna join a stream or something, you may as well just join each other's, you know.
Right, and you know, not for nothing.
I mean, worst case, you can always switch around each week if you're on one too many people's, like you're on one side too many. Worst case, right?
Yeah, I just don't understand why Twitch doesn't do every platform except the right one. I don't understand why YouTube doesn't do what Twitch does. Where Twitch, if you were streaming and Biggest Bro was streaming this morning, you guys could have joined each other's show as guests. It's such a brilliant thing they finally came up with. Like, just basically combine the streams, combine the chats. You know what I'm saying? You both are streaming on your own channels, but everything's combined. So it's a really good idea, and it allows for shit like that. You know, Kryptoni, man, what's up, brother? Good to see you.
He's the legend.
Rocking your hat still, man. Still not in real life. I don't have one, but I gotta get one. But the digital version, man, got it up there next to the Skin and Bones logo. Shout out to the people that picked up the Skin and Bones logo. We'll be doing a giveaway for those as well. So.
Yeah, I need to get one of them, and I also need to get a hat as well. I've been after a Kryptoni hat for ages, but he always does such a limited number, and then when he advertises it, it's always the one time I have no money, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the collab's what it's all about. I mean, you know, the same way, if you want to grow in streaming, if you put yourself in an isolated bubble, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have a hard time. You're really going to have a hard time.
I've been isolated for 2 years.
Nah, but you haven't really been trying.
Well, no, I haven't, no. I had my first group, and then like when everyone sort of split off and done their own thing, it was like okay, I'm not doing that again. I'm not going through all that drama again to then do it again. So I just kind of stuck to myself. I thought, "Look, I'm gonna camp down. I'm gonna improve my editing. I'm gonna improve the videos. I'm just gonna do me," and that's what I've done. And it was only since Doc, really. I mean, the superstars have always been the same, right? So, like, when I had 60 subs, even the superstars were like, yeah, come on the channel, no problem, right? And they've always been the same to me this whole time. So, I actually lost my point there. What was I saying?
No, I mean, listen, when it comes down to collabs, because I mean, again, I don't come from this space, right? So when I see everybody, basically, I see like what you guys are all doing, like with the content creators. This is no disrespect to anybody, but what I see everybody like trying to start doing now is what I was doing 14 years ago, back when like Justin TV switched over to Twitch, and we were building all these, you know, gaming groups. All right, like. It was a very similar world. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was trying to build their own thing, working on their own stuff. But what we all kind of realize is if you don't network and you don't constantly, you know, connect with people that do similar type of content, everyone's just gonna have a hard time.
Not only that, like the way I do the content, it's so much easier sometimes to just sit there and be able to talk to someone rather than do 8 hours of fannying about doing editing. I mean, I like how the videos come out. But again, I do like that human interaction with another person rather than just talking to myself. So,
yeah, I feel like I should probably like hang out with you guys sometime when you're editing a video and just take a look at your workflow, because I feel like 8 hours is a long time, man. Like that. Yeah,
I have to. It's the research that does it. Well, that's what it is. So rather than do the easy thing, most people would just go to veve's article, read all the little hidden details we've got there, right? So I tend not to do that. So I tend to avoid. I read the article, but I don't read any like the other details about who the person is and stuff like that. I tend to then do my own deep dive, which then takes longer because some of that information is on veve's page, right? After I've done the video, I then go back and look at it, or I watch veve's video because I don't even watch veve's videos. Like I used to watch them, but until I make if I'm making a video myself, I like to make my video, have my own thoughts, opinions. Then I'll watch everyone else's videos and see if they come to the same conclusion, right? If I'm not doing the drop, if I'm not doing it, then I'll just watch everyone's videos. But when it comes to my videos, I don't want it influencing what I'm doing, if that makes any sense.
No, I get it. But, and again, this is no disrespect to you or anything else, but do you find that you're just wasting time trying to be so different when it's probably easier to just do what everybody else is doing and then put your own spin on it? Like grab the article and then go down, maybe use those points of reference to go down, like research a deeper dive, instead of just trying to be so different from the jump that you're like not even looking at the article for the points of reference and you're trying to like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like you're trying to reinvent the wheel type of deal instead of just trying to
I use the article, I use the details, but when it comes to the actual fun stuff, the deep diving, I like to do that a bit myself. Like, if that makes sense.
No, of course. I mean, you have to.
It's my own work, if that makes sense.
Well, right. You got to put your. That's what I'm saying. That's the creative touch on it, right?
There's definitely easier ways of doing it. But then you could also try Chat GDP, right? But I've actually tried that once, and like it does half a script, I must admit. But the dates are wrong. The birth dates are normally wrong, and there's quite a lot in there. And then you tend to have to then double check it anyway. So then it's not worth using because you've had to then double check something, and it's took you longer because you've had to pick through bit by bit rather than just writing it yourself. It's just easier.
Yeah, I mean, I use ChatGPT with it's called AI PRM. It's like a Chrome plugin. It's fucking amazing. You have to learn how to massage. If you can massage the AI prompts and you learn how to become a good prompter, AI can absolutely do anything on this freaking planet. I know we used to go back and forth on Futters about it with Vault, but he always just said it was nothing more than just another computer, and I'm like, that's couldn't be further from the truth. And I think we're seeing that more on a daily basis. But if you learn, you know, how to finesse and how to really caress a prompt, man, like it could do some amazing things. Now, I will tell you this: I tend to use ChatGPT more like Mad Libs, so I'll have it generate all sorts of random shit, and yeah, you do have to double check it, and I do have to fill in the blanks. So be like, okay, you know what? That's off. That's a little wrong. Let's fix this. Let's move that, right? Like, but I don't know. For me, with certain things, it can just chop out, 75% of my time, which for me nowadays, man, I work like fucking 80 hours on shit now, like a week. I am
I must
absolutely
admit, I enjoy it.
pressed for
but
time.
because I don't know whether you notice, but sometimes when I talk, I slur sometimes, right? I have a bit of a lisp sometimes. So when I record the voice bit for the video, sometimes that comes out a lot. So it has to, and because I get kind of nervous, it comes out a bit more, right? So that takes time because I tend to I seem really close all of a sudden. But I tend to let me try shrink that. Ah, there we go. That looks better. Jesus Christ, my big forehead is still my receding and stuff.
Yeah. What mic is that?
This one's a Razor.
That is the Razor, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's not
the Razor's a
most
pretty good.
expensive
It's a better, way better mic than the Blue. Every time I see a Blue Yeti, I just want to bash my head in.
I think that's what Inanna uses.
Listen, and I get it. Most people get it, but the fact that you can get an Audio Technica AT2020 for half the price of a Blue Yeti is just disgusting. Because the Audio Technica is probably the best mic on the market, unless you move up to like a Shure or something like that. But anyway, my point is that Razor mic actually is pretty good. The diaphragm and the cardioid on the inside, that's actually really nice. Like me in particular, I have to use a certain mic, and I learned this growing up in radio shit. Like most mics won't even pick up like the low register on my voice, so that's a problem for me. For you, if you have a problem with, you need what's called like a de-esser. And I have to use one as well. I mean, you probably don't hear it now because I have it turned on. I could probably turn it off and show you the difference, but yeah, I also, when I'm tired, when I'm stoned, I slur my words. I talk with a lisp. I went face first through a car windshield. Like, I'm dealing with dental shit. Like, it's very hard for me to talk sometimes. So I get it. But anyway, you can use a plugin or a VST called a de-esser. And a de-esser will remove all that shit. Amazing.
Oh, yeah. And that's the other thing. I also take out all my breathing spaces. So I've got a bad YouTube habit of taking out breathing spaces. And it's got to the point where I do a video and it's 150 to 60 cuts, which I've made just taking out breathing spaces, right? So that takes time. And then obviously then I've got to put stuff to what you're talking about. And if you're giving your overall general thoughts, it's hard to put screen images to that. But if you're talking about something in particular, like a history and that, you can find images, put that to it. But then you also have to then go find the images and find enough things. And then if you're pulling up, say, pictures of people, I always put up the pictures, but then I have to put the effect on the pictures. And I have to put a name tag underneath and stuff like that. And after a while, it starts getting costly.
Right. Do you have this stuff on a template? Or are you constantly having to make this show? Because I know a lot of you guys use Canva. I call it Canvas, but I know a lot of you guys use Canva. So, I mean, what are you using?
I don't use Canva. I've got two different editors. I use one for finesse and one for actually editing.
You edit on a tablet too?
No, I edit on the PC. I have I've been through periods. So my first year, I'd say I edited with my phone, and I had no problems with that. It was absolutely brilliant. But then I've changed recently.
I mean, no problems, but it looks like a fucking 90s Saved by the Bell video. You know what I'm saying?
No, it still comes out all right on the phone. Phones these days are just as good, I must admit.
No, but you can't. I'm saying, but you can't do the effects and the edits, the transitions, and make it look good. You know what I'm saying? That's just my point. Like, I feel like moving into this space when I see everybody doing the collectibles and the NFTs, everything's so fucking primitive. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand how people could use Canva and like tablets and shit for editing and all this stuff. Like, it's just when everything on the computer, like, you have a good PC. It looks like you do, right? That's why I try to explain to VE.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, bro, I'm like, get yourself a PC if you don't have one. Like,
all they use Canva for is thumbnails. That's it.
No, he uses that shit for everything, and I think Vaulted too for like all the pop-ups and all the videos.
I didn't even know you could do that with Canva. I must admit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
It's a thumbnail app.
No, I mean, unless I'm completely fucking mistaken. Every time I talked to both of them back in the day, it was always like, oh, Canva for this, Canva for that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not putting that shit on my stream. Like,
well, first year, I used the Microsoft installed laptop, generic editor. That was my first editor for the first year. And then it started to get to the point, because I never thought I'd get one person watch a video, I must admit. And then it got to the point where I started to get deeper into the videos, and then I started to get more OCD about it. And I mean, it's got to the point now where they look quite good. I mean, it still could be improved. There's always room for improvement, but I mean, I'm quite happy with how they are now. And
Oh, they're
the
good videos. I'm
information
just
is there
saying,
and
but
stuff like that.
yeah, and like I said, I'm not even using yours as an example. I'm just saying when I've watched certain videos from certain people, I'm like, damn. I'm like, that's like the baseline quality in this space. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying, like, a lot of you guys have such a prime opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, to put out good quality content and basically just be different. Because, again, nowadays, I feel like more people are putting out quality, but shit, I was just shocked when I came into this space. But again, keep in mind, I come from a completely different background, completely different world, where, you know, I would get laughed out of a room if I showed up to a meeting with fucking Canvas shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
It's like me. I'd never done a day editing in my life. Like, never. Like, never thought about it. Never edited a picture. Never even swapped a face on a picture, for instance, just for a joke. Like, I've not even done like a minimal thing like that. So it really was like a step up for me. Like, it was learning on the cuff. And I think that's why I've got so less subscribers, because the first 6 months everyone was watching that.
Superstar's funny. Said we don't
Yeah, I was
edit.
just
But you know
about to
what's
say,
what's funny is I actually, when I watch, because I don't consume a lot of, you know, collectible NFT Web3 content. But there are a few, like I said, that I have always watched. You know, obviously Vault, Superstar, you know, Paul Barron with Kyle Wilson. You know, and obviously lately, you know, it's been nice to be able to connect with some newer people, like, you know, Anano and D with the Unreal. Obviously, I've always talked with Doc, but you know, and yeah. So Gus, yeah, like Final Cut Pro is great. I for me personally, I'm just more comfortable in an Adobe setting. Always have been, always will be, especially for my animating. So I actually do most of my work in After Effects, or you could use Premiere, but I just find it easier to stay in After Effects.
I've tried Adobe, but I didn't really get on with it, I must admit.
Well, no, most people don't, and that's kind of the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you when you start want to try to put like that little bit of extra touch and flair on shit. Now again, Final Cut Pro, it is doable.
Final Cut's not bad, but
yeah, oh no, it's
a
great.
Short tool, really.
Yeah, yeah. What's the other one? I have it. It's like Vegas Studio or some shit like that. It's the Sony one. But my point is, like, people get comfortable and they just start like, oh, it's so. And this is what me and B talk about all the time. He's always like, yeah, man. He's like, I'm just so, you know, so used to doing it. It's so easy, and I do it, and that's just what I do. And I'm like, no, I get that, but step outside your comfort zone every now and then. You know, pick up. Like, you ever heard of Humble Bundle?
No.
So Humble Bundle is a website, and like every month they'll do like a deal. And some months you'll find like a video editing bundle. And if you pay $5, you get like 1 or 2 programs. If you pay $25, you'll get like 5 programs. You spend $30, you get like 50. You know what I'm saying? You get like all these programs. So basically you could just go from knowing nothing to getting like all the software with tutorials, with walkthroughs, and like all this bonus shit for like it's cheap freaking prices. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, I'm with you there. So let me catch up with this chat one second, because I see Superstar Money's in there going nuts. So Chris
Resolve.
Brown
I know a lot of
album
people use DaVinci.
dropping 11th. I got 5 on it. So it's funny you should mention Chris Brown. I was doing the Ron English video and he actually come up. So stay tuned for that one, because he is actually in that video somewhere. I wasn't actually going to do that video because I've already done Aladdin this week. I've done the Haunted Mansion. They were really big videos. Then I've done the Veveverse part 2. So this really should have been me having a day off. And then I started to get carried away with that video. So I may get it done by tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. Thank you. Oh, that's me. What a tit.
Yeah.
And a new Chris Busy.
You're not supposed to highlight your own messages, Bob.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Big picture, good collab.
And I apologize, by the way. I haven't had a chance to pick on anybody in a couple days with BE being away. So, yeah, if I just start lashing out at you, you know, unexpectedly, just, you know.
Biggest bro must have skipped out and started streaming. Is that what it means?
No, he was.
Oh no! Oh, do you mean totally? Yeah, Biggest Bro's got a YouTube channel. I think he's 100 and something subs at the minute. He's just started it, and he does the best announcements when you go into his YouTube channel. I must admit, it's Bob Sale. I can't do it, but I'm telling you, it's great. So What else we got in here? Superstar. Regular size Funko might have been better reception, but still huge. I actually like the bigger one. I must admit, I like the bigger Funkos. And for the price, I think I'd prefer a bigger one than the smaller one. But $150, you do get Funkos for that without the NFTs. So keep that in mind. Defo got to get you a hat, bro. I'm about to do another 100 Cash App. I have no idea what Cash App is. Do we even have that in England? I'm not 100% sure. So you
Cash
have to
App?
let me know on that. Yeah, I've never tried to download it. Never even looked for it.
Pretty
But
sure.
I know a lot of YouTubers use. I know you use it, don't you?
Oh, I exclusively use Cash App, man. I love Cash App. Let me give you a little life hack real quick. So you can use Cash App for anything that has like a monthly bill. If you ever do a free trial and you don't put it on Cash App, you're a weirdo. And the reason being is that with Cash App, it doesn't go into your bank account and just start pulling money out. So for instance, I do free trials for, let's say, Amazon Prime, right? Or I use a better example, is chess.com. I like to get the premium thing every now and then, but I forget to cancel it. And they go and bang me for like $20. And I'm like, shit, I don't want to spend that this month. So what you do is you put everything on your Cash App, and it never goes into your bank account. So it'll just decline it every time. So you never have to worry about that shit. And you can just lock the card, right? So you lock your Cash App card, and it never gets touched. And basically, I have chess.com premium subscription that goes on for like 4 months past the free trial because they're trying to charge my card over and over and over again. And it just keeps the thing going. It's like, eventually we'll get paid, and they just leave this shit rolling. And dude, I do it with so many different free trials, man. Ultimate life hack. So yeah, definitely get Cash App if you can use it.
I'll have a look, see if we can actually get that. I must admit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys can, but
I've never looked, never once looked. It's like PayPal here, right? Or
the reason why I started using
money like that.
Yeah, but the reason why I started using it was because they were doing, when crypto was popping off, basically they have like boosts. So every day I go out because I was working, driving around doing Uber Eats and shit, and I would stop at Starbucks, get my coffee, right, or Dunkin' Donuts. I'd obviously be going and getting some dinner while I'm out, this and that. And you just, boom, activate boost. Get 10% back Bitcoin on your next purchase. Okay. Get 10% back on my coffee and shit. Boom, roll out the parking lot, do it again. You know what I'm saying? So I would just keep on getting, every day I'd be getting like $4 or $5 in Bitcoin. Obviously it didn't matter because it plummeted, but yeah, man, yeah, Cash App is great. They don't do the Bitcoin kickbacks anymore, I guess, because of the state of crypto, but they still have a lot of good boosts on there. I'll get like 10% off PlayStation purchases, which, if I'm going to buy a game or something, it's nice to get 10% off. So
what is it? 1 second.
That might be the only life hack I got, Gus.
It's all right. Someone's just messaged me, so I was just.
I knew you good.
I don't think we see the magnitude of this collab. Funko is huge. I definitely see Funko's huge. Like I have, I don't know if you've seen over there. It's a bit of a mess at the minute, but yeah. Like that's my Funko stuff.
Good little collection, man. I have one Funko.
I know how big they are. 100%.
My only collectibles, one Funko.
And if it comes like it's supposed to, that should be huge. But if it's a con only thing, it's not going to be huge. That's the difference. And you do get con only ones because we've got some. So and they're for New York Comic Con as well. The ones I've got a silk up there that's from Comic Con. So when the airdrop minute for this, I think it's October 12th. 1 second. October 16th. Receive one airdrop. Yeah, by October 16th. Close enough.
Had a race that I missed, Bob.
What was that?
I had a race that went off that I missed, apparently.
You should have put it on your tit.
I can bring it up right now.
Yeah, put it on if you want.
Let's see. You know what I got to do? I got to do it this way. Hold on. So you can download the race replays now, right?
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, because when I clicked that link, what you sent me, that actually took me straight to the replay.
Right. So if the race had already run, that'll take you directly to the replay. If it hasn't, it'll just take you to like the race waiting room. So if I tell you the race is going off at noon Eastern time,
Yeah.
and you show up to the link at 11:58, you can just hang out there. It'll automatically start playing at the top. But yeah, usually if you go to it after the fact,
Yeah, it
it's just perfect.
took me straight to the after race. Can you share your screen on here without me giving you permission? You can, right?
No, you actually have to pull it up. But I wanted to just do something a little different.
Oh,
this time.
there it is. Yeah, there it is. You let me know. Is it ready?
Yep, it's ready.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure.
So most of the time when we watch races on StreamYard, I can't share the audio.
Yeah.
Or else it's blaringly loud. Like there's no volume slider. However, now you can download the race video. So you guys hear the sound? You hear this?
Yeah.
Okay. And you hear it when I make it lower, right?
Yeah, it sounds perfect. It's like
that, right? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it used to be like, dude, it was so bad. So, okay, so we're good. Let's go. I'm in this race, so hopefully I'll get mad mid-race. And they're off and running here in the Angel Wing Breakaway Allowance. Mirror image, brake specific from between horses. Then comes Egghead, down at the rails, Roosby, Nidier, then Rule the World in fourth. Trotting along here in fifth is Tiger Tomorrow, then Barry Allen going to round out top leaderboard here as this field heads around the first and opening turn in this 7 furlong left turning affair on the turf. Track is good and racing is strong here on Bob Sales YouTube stream impromptu. Make sure you hit that like button, smash it, opening quarter here, 24 and change up top. Rule the World still shows the way. Barry Allen down low. Then comes Grail Mary out of Bigfoot Stables. We are looking for Grail Mary to make some moves, and here she goes. Now trying to sneak her way through. Found some room there, but still second. Rule the World tries to hold on. Now comes Bella Ferran. Bella Ferran now takes over the lead as Grail Mary slides in the back. Holy crap, chat. This is what we're talking about. I hate calling my own races as Grail Mary is now off the map. Egghead, though, is now the leader. Tiger Tomorrow still there as they hit the top of the turn and head for home. It's Egghead who shows the way by 2, but out the center of the track, insert coin. Here comes new challenger. It's Egghead. Tiger Tomorrow now challenges and takes it over. Now it's Tiger Tomorrow past the 8th pole. Egghead for second. Bella Ferran for third, and Crazy Hangover as Grail Mary is not even a blip on the radar. F my life.
That's us.
Holy shit.
That was us last time. Jesus.
It's so hard to call races.
Quality looks like it's actually gone up as well.
What's that?
The quality actually looks like it's gone up on that game.
Yeah, they keep doing some sort of graphical improvements. Ah, man. See, and again, look at our, drop zone horse. And that's a horse. That's a horse I just didn't know what to expect anything from. Grail Mary, however, who just ran that race. I mean, first of all, that race cost me like $20-something to enter. I'm a little pissed about that. But I knew I ran her too short, and yeah, she just shit the bed. So I'm gonna retire her actually.
You still got your voice on, I know.
Do I?
Yeah. You know your echo effect, your announcer voice.
Oh, I turned off the wrong one.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, DaVinci Resolve is supposed to be good to edit. I must admit, I don't use.
Yeah, it's good for quick cuts and stuff. You just need something that has, a good layering software or a good layering layout.
Yeah.
Like some of these editing softwares I looked at, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, to be honest, I need to build a layout for this. I mean, it looks a mess, right? I bet this is driving your OCD up the wall.
Yeah, a little. No, this is fine. The other layout you had though with the screen, and then I'm to the right of you, and I'm like overlapping the.
Yeah, I was trying to fix that.
That actually does trigger me. I didn't say anything because it's your show, but if that was me and BE, I would have been all over him.
Well, you could always send me a little banner. You could always help make me one, because I'm not even sure what would I need to, how would I get the gaps there, or because you all lot seem to have sections, right? I'm not even sure how I'll do that.
Well, this is what I tell Doc, and I've had other people hit me up. Like, you guys really can't come to me because I do things a little bit differently. What I do is it's like sleight of hand type shit. I'm actually just creating an illusion that I'm using StreamYard,
Yeah.
but I'm actually not. So I use OBS, right? Which is why I can't turn on name tags. Like if you turn name tags on in StreamYard right now, where it says like your name and then my name in the little corner of the box, I can't use that when I stream. And the reason being is that my name would be gigantic in the bottom left. Because I'm basically, my camera is the entire scene. And I'm basically just overlapping you guys in through StreamYard. And it's, first of all, trying to explain it is just almost hard enough, but trying to walk somebody through setting it up would be even trickier. You would have to have a stream deck. I basically use, like I said, a stream deck with OBS and StreamYard, and I'm basically using timers to like disable your video, run the transition on my side with OBS so I can do all my fancy, transitions and my stingers and everything.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then I have to re-enable your video, but I have to get the timing exactly right, or else it just looks really bad. So
you see, that's all too overcomplicated for me. I really
100%.
That's not something I need to do. StreamYard's
but I come from a different world,
right
so
at the minute, I must admit. Normally, I mean, my camera's doing a bit of a weird one, but I've actually got a new camera and all. I really need to set that up and try that because I don't actually like that one. I mean, the camera's all right, but I don't know.
Yeah, what you just need is a basic ass background, kind of like I did for your birthday party, and it's kind of how I do for Cryptoys.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even know if I have one.
Yeah, I need something like that. We need life hack videos from moeknowz. This is true. And everybody has their own tech level. Kryptoni, yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Some people find stuff easier than others. Am I the only person that don't care if I lose some money as long as I'm having fun and buying what I want? Depends how rich you are, mate. That's the thing, right? Depending on what your lifestyle is, how much money you've got is how much you can actually lose without caring. That's what it gets to. But it's like even collecting in real life. So I collect all these toys, these physical toys. I've explained this so many times on the channel. But even though I collect them and I don't plan to sell them ever, I do hope over the next 40 years, I keep them clean. I'm going to keep them polished. I'm going to keep them in the boxes. I do hope the value still appreciates, right? That's always the plan. So even if you're not going to sell, even as a real collector, you still want your stuff to be brought at a good price and still go up in value, if that makes sense. That's the way I would explain it anyway.
Yeah, all right, so you see my screen here, Bob?
Yeah.
So you just need something like this. So this is what I use with me and BE.
Yeah.
If I'm using StreamYard only, right? Like if I know you guys are gonna come on for like a round table discussion type shit, I'll typically use a regular StreamYard overlay or background just because it's easier than me having to set up weird shit in OBS like I was telling you about. So this is kind of what you need. You just need something to know, okay, I'm always going to have like my box with my camera and I'm going to have like the video feed, right? So
yeah,
basically the video feed is where the Skin and Bones logo is big. And then your camera feed would be covering one of the QR codes, and then you would have a QR code or something there for like an advertisement. And then with me and BE, I use this, right? The Skin and Bones logo. And then think about it, like, what's the alternative to this is, okay, now we're all big cameras, but now we're in the box where the Skin and Bones logo is, and the QR codes are now all visible. So think of it that way. How many times can you use one background in different ways? And that's kind of what I do with StreamYard.
Yeah.
And I've talked to StreamYard. I've gone back and forth with them, and I'm trying to get them to fix this. And I understand now why they don't do it. But when you switch scenes in StreamYard, I keep telling them, why don't you just let us switch backgrounds and tie the background to the scene?
Yeah.
So if like me and you were on the scene that you're using right now, and then you switch back to the original one that we had early on, it should just have different backgrounds. Like I shouldn't have to go in and change it on the fly. Like StreamYard makes you do that. So what I decided to do was just make something that's like almost like a Swiss Army knife background. Where like I said, I basically covered the QR codes with the cameras, and you got the box to the right with the, the showing the screen. Or then I removed the show screen, and now where the cameras are inside the big box, and now the QR codes are visible for people to see. So again, you're just kind of like multi-purposing a background. So that's kind of what you need, I think, without going through the other hassle of OBS.
I can't even drag these screens about, can I? It looks like I can, but then when I actually do it, it don't actually work. So I can't actually move them out on the screen like to rearrange them, if that makes sense.
I think you can move me and you.
Yeah,
Like
no,
our-
I can't.
There you
Oh,
go.
I'll switch this round.
Yeah, you can do that, but that's
It
it.
won't let me move you anywhere. Yeah, it won't let me move you anywhere else.
No, if you want to like individually move me, you have to create 2 camera boxes in StreamYard. Like if you use the dynamic camera box, that's what most people use, the dynamic one, and it just kind of adds people as, you know, they come in, and it just keeps it in the same original box size. But you would have to create 2 separate camera boxes, make me camera number 2, and then you'd be able to edit me, you know, drag me around, make just me bigger, smaller, whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot that goes into this shit, man.
Yeah, you're telling me it's not. It's. I mean, I like that background. It's pretty simple, but it's just I need like the layout kind of thing set up before I can make one.
Yeah, for me, this seems to be the best layout. Like I said, just I don't know. I hate when I'm like looking at backgrounds and it's just. I mean, at least you have something back there, like a little shadows, some colors. It's just StreamYard always triggered me because my boy's a comedian and did stuff, and like he'd invite me onto these things a long time ago, and I'd be like, "Bro, this StreamYard shit." I'm like, "What is this?" I was like, "Yeah, 'cause we came from producing like some pretty high quality shit on Twitch and everything back then, and like, I was like, bro, what's this basic background bitch looking shit?" I used to get so mad, but now, like I said, I've learned like kind of ways to just, you know, utilize, you know, one static image, but.
Yeah, I mean,
But I am going back
easy.
and forth with them, so hopefully they'll take some advice and allow us to change it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, I like that screen. I must admit, I've definitely got to try and sort
It's
that
basic.
out next time. Because I didn't even plan to stream. I must admit, it's only because I seen no one was on. I was just like, really? I was just like, how's no one streaming the Haunted Mansion? I know the rarities were a bit pants, but I was just like, seriously, like, I'm not having that. So that's why I come on. 10 grand in the hole, in the negative. So we're all lost money, but I haven't lost that much money yet. So I'm pretty safe in my investment. Like, I have not invested too much money to where it's gonna tear me a new one if it all fails, right? So, but I'm glad you're still both having fun, and I'm still glad that there's people still stacking, still focused on the 5-year plan, right? Because that's what it was, a 5-year plan. And everyone seems to have forgot that. Well, there's my comment again. Great to see you here. Always good to see you, Brune888. Congratulations, Kryptoni. Thank you, Brune. Hey, my collectibles. I was
My
talking about you
collectibles.
earlier. So I actually got your gift today. I got your Stormtrooper through my door this morning. I actually
let's
opened it.
go.
I actually opened it live on stream.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got on there. What's it say? Where is it? Have a Star Wars birthday. So he sent me that for my birthday, and he sent me my graded Michael Jordan card. What I won.
It was your birthday.
Yeah, so he sent me that through the birthday, and then that is the Michael Jordan card as well.
That's sick.
Thank you for that. That was my first graded card, and then Kobe kind of beat you to it because he managed to deliver them first.
Jordan always will be the GOAT, by the way. If anybody tries to tell me otherwise, it's just
Well, they're
end of
my
discussion.
they're my main channels as well. My collectibles, superstars. That is pretty much my main channels. And then obviously,
No, I
Veve,
meant Michael
like,
Jordan.
Oh, the card. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I meant the player himself. I'm like,
Yeah, I've got a Michael Jordan toy somewhere over there. I must have dumped it over that way somewhere. Because I had 2 toys ready for it. Oh,
hell yeah.
God. Bloody, I didn't see that. Have you ever seen anyone bump their nose off a mic before?
Yes, I have actually. I
That is
recorded
I didn't
many
even know that
bands
was
in my
so
time
cool.
where people were on things I don't even know. But yeah, I've seen some shit.
I can't
I've seen
believe
guys knock themselves out cold, not realizing there was a mic like right above them, and they stood up quick.
Oh. I saw a video where a 12-year-old was dancing to a Chris Brown song, and then Chris Brown entered the background and danced with him in the crew and made his day. That was so cool. This drop sold 15% at the minute. I mean, I think they messed the rarities up. If it weren't for the rarities, I think that drop was gonna do well. I think because of the disappointing rarities, that's the problem. Hello, Double Quill. Always good to see you. Always go and read Double Quill's blog as well. She's one of the best writers around. Very underrated. Sweet. Thank you, my collectibles, as always. Your StreamYard is so limiting. Superstars are still in here throwing punches.
So I'm going back and forth with StreamYard, man. I'm trying to get them to like fix their shit, but I'm pretty sure it's a bandwidth thing.
Yeah, I think they've always used StreamYard, them two. They must be experts at this point.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like I said, for what a lot of people use it for, if you have just the basic cameras and then like a screen, like a feed, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the simple fact you can't even run a transition. Like, I don't know. Like, look, if I want to do something, no, wait, what's my transition? Oh, that's right. Here we go. So if I can't even run like simple transitions of like moving around scene to scene,
yeah,
like I don't know, man. Like just using simple cuts like StreamYard does, it's so freaking primitive to me. It's disgusting.
It is a bit primitive.
You want some black and white color?
I must admit. Yeah, it's definitely a bit primitive for that. Even sharing your screen and stuff's all a bit long-winded the way they've done it, because you have to accept it every single time, right?
Yeah, and then like if some, I noticed it on the street. I guess the Cubathons, the birthday parties we did. Like depending on the person's resolution on their screen, it affects how it shows up on the overlay. So again, someone like me who designs the backgrounds and shit to be perfectly like have borders and make it look professional, and then someone comes in with like a weird, ass resolution, I'm like, oh, what the hell? And I can't even like fix it on the fly. If I could just kind of like stretch it and make it normal, I'd be okay with it. But yeah, man, StreamYard just triggers so much shit for me. It's insane.
OCD, mate. I'm telling you. Bob, stay on all day. Unfortunately, I would like to, but I can't do that. I have got to go soon because I've still got to finish that Ron English video off, so it actually gets time for people to watch it. So
yeah, I just came on to derail the conversation a little bit and talk some shit with Bob, but
that's all right. I'm glad you did, because I was talking to myself, rattling on for ages. I don't know how I got on. I don't know whether it went well or whether it was gibberish. Sorry. So
that's all good, man. Appreciate you going live. Like I said, my morning's gonna be a little weird, so you guys will probably get a ton of BE solo. Because A, I don't know if I'll be around, or B, I don't know if I'll be able to talk with all the stuff I gotta get done. But
we don't just totally ghost everyone.
No, I mean, he's on his honeymoon or whatever. So
yeah,
we already kind of knew it was gonna be a little slow this week, and I just happened to be some shit happened over the weekend that I got some things I gotta take care of, relatively like ASAP-ish, before like November. So
yeah, I'm probably gonna take maybe some time next week to try and chill out a little bit, because this week I've been non-stop, and the last month I've been non-stop, so I might actually take a couple of days out next week. But I don't like to, because every time I do it, the channel then dies a little bit, and then it takes a while to get the momentum back again. It happens every time. Take a week off, your channel knows about it.
Well, you should never be taking a week off, but you should take a day off here and there to recharge. Because your content's only going to suffer more if you just half-assing it. If if your heart's not in it, there's so many different reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. Definitely take that time, recharge. That's what I tell BE all the time, man. But you got to stay on the grind. When you're not working and you're not making videos, you should be networking. Networking should be like fucking 90% of what you guys do. And then basically, bang out the content, funnel people to the content, right? Figure out a way to monetize the content. And, because the bottom line is, you guys shouldn't have to go to work. If you guys want to make this type of content, you guys shouldn't have to go to work on a daily basis. It's just the bottom line.
That's never going to happen for us veve people. Not until we get something big. And if it don't happen, then we're done.
Yeah, that's why I don't really ever think you guys should be, pigeonholing yourself into veve, right?
I think once I'm finished, if everything goes to shit, say, I'll just start doing movie histories and attractions of Disney parks and stuff like that. Watch Mojo type videos. I think I could do them pretty well now. I've learned my collecting and stuff, but the only reason I stick to veve only is because it's so time consuming to do the one thing. Imagine trying to do the history of movies at the same time as running this channel. It's just not going to happen, right?
No. I mean, I had a buddy of mine that does all some weird, because you were talking about AI earlier. I mean, he uses AI and some affiliate marketing shit that I still say it's a freaking pyramid scheme. But I mean, it happens. I mean, it's, people do it, man, and it works. Like, you basically just come up with cool concepts and like, use AI to basically take an idea and do everything from generate scripts to images to videos to, text overlay. And then basically you just like hire people. Like, you could basically hire a hot chick off TikTok because sex sells, right? And you just basically use that, pay them, and they promote it. And now you just basically, you know what I'm saying? So you just have other people doing the work, man. You know what I'm saying? You just take the money to make money. And there's so many. And again, I don't know if I necessarily agree with a lot of them, but there's so many ways you can make money these days that if you just maybe lower your moral standards a little bit, you can have some success. But and some of you don't have to lower your morals. I mean, shit, the stuff like I do with photo finish. I mean, whether or not you're big on gambling or horses, if you think horse racing is inhumane or stuff like that, I mean, I guess there's an argument to be made for it. But for what I do personally with photo finish, I mean, it's just been nothing but freaking gold mine. It's not financial advice, but you actually have to go out of your way to lose money in photo finish.
Where's the thing? So where's that? Oh, sorry, I was just reading that. So it says do the Ron English video live. So I would do it like that, but it's impossible. Yeah. Like if I was to cover the history of Ron English live, I'd be reading from a script and it would come very artificially and it wouldn't come across right. It wouldn't be decent. But I will share some points on that drop. So I'm a little bit disappointed. So the rarities come out. So in fact, we'll start with the video. So veve released the videos, right? And we see the black Monopoly suit and he's got the Monopoly board around him, the bits and pieces. It looked crazy, right? It had the little song going, gimme money or whatever it was. And I assume that's Ron and the Rabbits, which is his band. I assume that's one of their songs, right? So anyway, everyone's kind of hype about this. Everyone's looking forward to the drop. Looks really nice. Get into the veve article. There's no animation with sound with any of them, right? So there's no animation and sound with any of them. So we've got no music with it. And the one that had the board no longer has the board. So where's the board? Like, how? I don't understand why you promote something using the boards, using the music, but then not actually have it on the drop. That is kind of like false advertising and kind of leading you to fail at this point, because I was so excited when I see that drop. And then as soon as I see the board was missing and the music was missing, I was like, right, so I'm essentially missing half the drop, the big bit I was looking forward to, if that makes sense. So it's a really random one. So I did actually look into the drop a bit. So there's each collectible, there's 3 versions of each collectible. One's got white teeth, one's got gold teeth, one's got silver teeth. And there's 3 of each of them, right? So we already know there's double the amount than what we've got on the veve article. And I also know there's a red one about, and there's a couple of different characters about. There's definitely a red one about as well. And the green one with the green teeth, that one doesn't actually exist in the physical form yet. So I've not seen that one anywhere. But the Monopoly board does. So the Monopoly board does actually exist in real life. So I wouldn't be surprised if it amazes me we didn't get it. So I'm thinking maybe it could potentially be an airdrop, but I don't want to get your hopes up and spread like wild speculation, go buy everything, get this airdrop, because it may never happen, right? And I don't normally tend to think like that, but with Ron English, he's done so many airdrops. The last set had an airdrop. I can see that actually happening and us getting the Monopoly board. I think maybe the airdrop will be the board itself rather than a collectible. I could be totally wrong, but and it's like even the advertisements for the physical toys themselves, they actually had like poker chips behind them. Like poker chips stacked behind them. Well, obviously, next minute when you see the toy don't have poker chips behind them. It don't have no scene behind it, no nothing. Whereas if you looked at the picture, you might have expected poker chips, like a scene of the poker chips to be behind it, but it wasn't there. So yeah, so I'm a bit disappointed with it. I must admit, it's not the best in the world. But again, Ron English, like, I can't stress enough how big that guy is. That guy is so huge. Like, he's been in Simpsons episodes. He's been in Exit Through the Looking Glass, which is Banksy's thing. He knows who Banksy is 100,000,000%. In fact, in my video, you will actually see him buy one of Banksy's artworks just so he can whitewash it because he believes street art shouldn't be bought and sold. So, yeah, so the video goes a whole way. Yeah, I got well off on a tangent now. Sorry, Mo. Mo's just
You
popping up
good?
his box and that.
Are you good? I normally do way longer rants than that. Yeah, so I know you said to get out of here soon, but I was gonna open up a cube.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I got my
opened
screen.
one. I did open one yesterday.
I got my
a
screen
rare
up.
Mickey,
Here we
I
go.
think it was.
Yeah, we do have a
See,
cube.
right
open
now,
up.
I can't move me and you about on the screen because I'd like to move us from where we are because we're in the most awkward place.
You would have to hit the edit button first, and then grab the entire box. And first you got to remove the message because the message probably
right.
pushes.
Can I not do it with a message?
The message will push us up. Yeah.
I love you, my collectibles. Let me get rid of you a second.
Yeah. So now it moves us back to the bottom. So.
Yeah, but now I still can't move us around the screen.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
it
now you got to
gives
hit the. Now you got to hit the edit button, the little pencil, the edit pencil on StreamYard.
Oh, I see.
And then you got to grab the box and move it around, resize it. You know, do
I
all
hate
that
to
good
tell you
stuff.
this, but I didn't even notice that button was there.
Well, here you go.
I'm not gonna lie. I
The-
think I
the more
broke
you
it
know,
now.
the more you
though.
know,
What
and
have I
shit. You
done?
know.
I think I've just broke it.
We can just hit cancel. You can just cancel out. We don't see it until you save the changes anyway. So
1 second. Am I still on screen then?
yeah, it's me and you at the
Oh,
bottom,
right.
and then yeah.
Because to me, there's somehow my screen disappeared. There it goes. Yeah, somehow my screen disappeared and went into the corner, and I thought I'd lost it. But yeah, go on then, Mo.
Alright,
Take over, mate. Take the
All right.
reins.
Yeah, it's ahead. Yeah, I kind of need the I need the Pluto, man. I'm really hoping for a Pluto. I have to Grail
Glow in the
Mickey.
dark.
I like a Grail Pluto. Yeah, honestly. Yeah, I probably want the I want the legendary. I want the bones, the glow in the dark bones. That one's sick. I gotta get that one. So let's go. Got 5 cubes from the BOGO. BOGO.
I got one because I
Give
was
me a
that
number.
broke. I managed to buy one. I was hoping they was
Yeah.
going to extend it for another 3 days, but they haven't. Go for number 3.
Number 3. Everybody likes number 3. It's good to go. All right. Gonna be loud as
Good
hell.
luck, mate.
Thank you. Thank you. That shit is loud. That shit is loud.
Not too bad, my side.
Yeah, this was not nearly as bad, I guess.
I do love these unboxings, I must admit. Veve missed the trick with unboxings.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Real.
Son of a bitch! How many times?
You keep getting the same comment, right?
Listen, I said it before this. Yeah, I said it before the freaking drop came out. I'm like, holy shit, I can't wait to do some fishing. 844. And then, you know, it took it to heart, man. Wow.
What number did you get? Did you
How? 844. How many
say? Not too
freaking
bad.
common Mickeys does one man need?
But I appreciate you.
I haven't
opening
opened a
one,
single
mate.
one, actually. Yeah, of course.
You've been dying to.
Yeah, actually, I was kind of itching to open one up, and then my girl was like, listen, you opened up like God knows how many last time. She's like, you are not opening those without me. I was like, all right. So I'm gonna wait for her to get home.
Yeah.
Open them up. But yeah,
I mean,
man.
just-
Classic Minnie, or Classic Mickey, Classic Mickey, Classic Mickey. Now Classic
Yeah,
Mickey.
you're not doing very well, are you? Rarity-wise, mine put yours to shame. I've only got like half the amount, and my rarities are a lot better than yours.
And that's the
Wow,
same
look
with
at
Luke,
them
man.
uncommons as well.
Yeah, it's the same with Luke on Farm Boys. Farm Boy Luke, Farm Boy Luke, Farm Boy Luke. But I do have number 505, 253. I like this number 114, Red 5. That's
Yeah,
a good one.
yeah. 505 as well down there.
Yeah, and then my best Star Wars, of course, thanks to freaking Grail games and my stupid sadistic ideas. I was forced to open up my Grail Luke.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been on them streams. It does happen.
I mean, listen, if you want to step into the arena with me, you know what I'm saying? You better have a big set. You better have a big brass set, Bob. I'm telling you. Because, you know, Doc opened up that Grail, you know, on one of the shows. And I think it was actually the official Cryptoid show. And I was like, come on, man, Grail games right now. Let's spin a wheel. Whoever loses has to open it up. He wouldn't do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody wants to, you know, wake up and live life like that. But
Yeah,
I am open to Grail games and Blister
Yeah.
Blaster, whatever the hell me and BE call it.
Hey, you gotta
Yeah,
have
man.
a laugh sometimes, you know what I mean? It's all it is, really. It's just a good laugh, isn't it?
I'm just
Like
here to
when you're
have fun,
gambling with
man.
them things.
I'm just here to have fun. I'm here to make people laugh and have a good time, you know. I know
Didn't
people don't
even-
agree with what I say, probably majority of the time, but
don't
I think by
anyone-
now people, yeah, I think people know by now. I don't even believe half the shit. I just say it for content or just to, you know, to make myself laugh because I don't know, man. I don't take shit too serious these days. I can't.
You got to take everything with a pinch of salt, or it could change.
Yeah,
Wherever
I mean,
heard
listen,
that
there's a time
Oh,
and a place,
Dale.
but you know,
Where is it? Right. So I probably should head off here because I've been on here for a while now. So thank you for coming, Mo. I'm
Yeah,
sorry
man.
I'm gonna have to leave you. But
no,
if
I
you
should
want,
probably get. It's
I'll
almost
come
1 o'clock,
join-
so
If you want, I'll come join you tomorrow or the next day for a drop, either your side or my side, anytime. Because I know you obviously BE's not about at the minute. I am missing BE, I must admit. So
yeah,
you're more
yeah.
than welcome
it's
over anytime.
Tough, man. Yeah, like I said, normally if I'm awake, you know, before we were doing the drop zone stuff, if I was normally awake at 10, I was going live for the photo finish. So I do have to kind of get back to that as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know. If I'm up, I'm probably going to be on Kick, but obviously, if, you know, want to come chill, whatever, we can talk a little bit about the drops. But yeah, I am going to primarily be shifting my focus, like I said, back to the photo finish. Mainly, like I said, because I have really like life-changing important shit I got to take care of, and you know, hanging out and, you know, opening up collectibles and comics is fun, but you know,
Yeah. I know.
fun only lasts for so long. So
Yeah. I
you know,
the same this week with
and it'll be a cold day in freaking New York before I go get a real job. So you know, I live my life the way I've done it. I've never worked for anybody from 9 to 5. I don't make anybody else a paycheck, so I've always done it my way. And you know, unfortunately, when I do it, sometimes I got to shift things around a little bit. But yeah, man, you're always more than welcome to come shoot the
It's a
shit.
fun
You know
way
that,
to
brother.
work, man.
But and if I happen to be awake, just drinking some coffee, we could always get up like we did today, man. So I appreciate you having me on. Chat, take it easy, and talk to you guys soon.
Thank you for coming, mate.
Yeah, man.
Let me just say bye to everyone quick. So thank you for everyone for coming in the chat. I'll just catch up quickly and run through your comments. First video shows the board. Yes, you're right. The board's missing, and I think that's a disappointment.
I gotta take the leak though, brother. I'm about to out. Take it easy, brother.
Oh, go on, mate. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
You
or
got it,
later
brother.
on.
Yep.
Take care,
Peace.
brother.
Later.
Race is a treat until they're into. Oh, I have no idea what that means. Bob Sales, boom. Thank you very much. That was boom to my head, yeah, with a microphone. Yeah, it was really boom to the head. Why am I so big again? The only way to get physical is you have to pick it up in Singapore. I did see it's on a Singapore website, I must admit. And the ones I was finding were 400, but yeah, 340 to 400. I mean, even a bowl, even a cup, even. So a Grim cup, a yellow, smiley face, a Grim cup is going to cost you $600. Like that, my heart nearly died, I must admit. Grail time, unfortunately, not today. Mo's got the worst luck ever. Good luck, Mo. What's up, Brune? Bendy? No idea. Physical's right. They won't go fishing. I landed the legendary mini last night. Congratulations, my favorite positive person. Hopefully, I see you again on stream soon as well. Same with you, superstars. I got a rare Pluto, legendary Mickey. I haven't opened the common yet. That's nice. So I've actually had kind of the same luck. I think I've had 2 commons this whole time. So thank you, Gus, as always, for coming. Thank you if it ain't raining. As always, I love that name, and I'm actually glad I know the meaning behind it now. Saves me asking you every time I see you in the chat. Yeah. Later, Mo. If you keep that's pretty clever. If you keep typing, Bob will keep reading the comments. Yeah, I'm trying not to be rude, so I'm trying to catch everyone. Why I'm actually controlling the comments for a change, because I actually read them. I thought I'd try and catch them and stream all day. So I would, but I've got another video to make, so I better get to that. And I've got work later. And my nephew's downstairs, probably waiting for me. So keep typing, superstar money. Thank you, Brune. Oh God. Hey, Bob, hope, Bob, stream all day. No. Right, so that's me done in a way. Thank you everyone for coming. I've been your host, Bob Sales. This time next year, we will be millionaires. A peace. Oosh.